Live from beautiful downtown Bastrop, it's time for the Stage Select, starring Julian Titus and Justin Ham.
What could this possibly be? Seems a lot like a podcast. Wonder what specifically. Talking about video games. With your hosts, you're in good hands. Not more of the same. Now we'll jump right in. So expect the unexpected and more. Now we'll get grooving. There ain't always gonna walk through the door. There just might be some strategy in this. Just having fun with our special guest. Time for Stage Select.
And here are your hosts, Julian Titus and Justin Ham.
Welcome, one and all, to the Stage Select. I'm Julian Titus.
And I'm Justin Ham. I wooed when Julian started that, and now he has to edit it out, or he doesn't. It depends on how he wants to do it.
I love
The
how
whole thing.
far up your eyebrows went when I started talking because you were not prepared.
I was not prepared. I didn't know. It was like, he's just going right into it. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Because I was like, here's my silence, and then I'm going to make sure the mic works, and then, oh, all right, we're going. Fuck it. Yeah, hi. We're here. I'm trying to think of what I was going to talk about, but, I had a Barks root beer today. I haven't had one of those in a while. Not really on purpose, but because, and I say this story because I'm looking for advice for the future, because I don't know what the fuck to do when Doordash like completely fucks up your order, because that's like a whole thing that happened today. Like, I got Wendy's through the Doordash for 2 people, and I only got like half of my order, and I'm pretty sure it was somebody else's order, because I got just like the bacon and cheese fries, and I was like, I definitely didn't order these bacon and cheese fries.
Yeah.
And these other fries and this chicken nuggets. Almost said McNuggets. Damn you, McDonald's, and your branding. But I got that, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm missing like 3 fucking, like, a whole person's order is missing off of this. I don't know what the fuck.
That's rough.
Yeah. So, and it had on the receipt like all my stuff, but it like, we didn't order a root beer, but it also had a root beer with it for some reason, and it was supposed to like be a frosty. It was weird. It was really weird. So I had to get, that refunded, but then I had to like, basically I only had like half of a meal for myself and nothing for the other person. So I had to order again.
Right.
After I got it refunded. I don't know if there's a better way to handle that, if anybody knows.
I mean, no, that's kind of the way. Like,
yeah.
If something is like completely missing, then I'll go ahead and go through the rigmarole of like reporting it or whatever.
Yeah.
If it's like, oh, I ordered a number 2 and I got a number 4, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like,
yeah. Oh, if I get like, I go by number of meat patties, right? If I get the exact number of meat patties and it's the same weight that I ordered, that's fine. I'll just get rid of the stuff I don't want. No big deal. No, that's fine. If you screw up what's on the sandwich, I don't care.
Yeah, same.
It's fine. I can fix it. Like, that's okay.
And I'm not all that picky either, so that helps for me.
Exactly. Yeah, I am slightly pickier, but I can just, it's vegetables. You just pick them off. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't like pickles. I think they ruin a sandwich, but that's neither here nor there. I can still eat the flavor of pickle. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Right.
But like, when stuff is just like missing, now I'm like, okay, oh, you got to do this. Wendy's has done that a few times. One time, I'm pretty sure it was the person doing the delivery's fault, because like there was just like an entire bag missing, and I was like, okay, yeah, pretty sure. And like, when I went to report the stuff missing, they were like, Wendy's weighed this fucking order. It's right. And I'm like, well, it's not, because I'm just missing a whole fucking thing here. So I don't know what you want me to do. But yeah, it's weird. So but then I had to pay so I still had to pay for somebody to like the delivery fee and all that shit to go and get it again.
Right.
And like had to tip again. I was like, this sucks. What a fucking hustle this is.
Oh, so mine is Uber Eats that I use,
Mm,
and you
mhm.
gotta be like, so that, they'll do the thing, and DoorDash does this too, where it's like, oh, sorry about that, like, we can either give you like Uber Cash that you can use right now,
Right,
or
right.
you can charge it back to the car, but that's going to be a
Right,
few
right, right.
days.
Right.
But what I've found is that you gotta use that shit immediately, because they will start just like taking random fees out, like where like the one time I went to go order again, it was like a few days later, and I was
Mhm.
like, where the fuck is the credit from the last thing? And it's like, oh, they used it for like they took my membership out of it or whatever, I don't know.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Oh, so I don't have a membership or anything. So because I've had this happen before, and like when they missed a bag or whatever, we just did like, it was only like missing a couple things, and we're like, we'll just do this instead. That way we don't gotta order it again and wait and all this shit, because it was late as it was. Like I had it on there for a while. I think it was like a few days later when I used it. So that, or maybe a week later. I can't even remember, but it was fine. Like they didn't take anything out of it. But that's DoorDash, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't have a membership either. I don't have like Dash Pass or any of that shit. Maybe I should, but I don't. I'm not doing that. That seems like a trap.
It is.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah,
I
I know.
spend way too much money on most of my paycheck out after bills is spent on food.
That's welcome to America.
Sometimes this week I was like, man, because I was going to ask you, and I know what the answer is, because it's a me
Go for
thing,
it.
but I was like, you ever just like kind of wonder what's wrong with you, like on a fundamental level? Because like here's the situation, Justin.
Okay, sure.
My dish, I think I might have told you on the show, I don't remember. My dishwasher is like backing up when it's running.
Yeah, I think you've said that either to me or on this show. I'm not really 100% sure, but I think I remember you saying that.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I need to call a plumber to get this fixed. Like I can wash the dishes in the dishwasher, but at this point it's starting to get like weird like cleaning residue on the plates, and it's not cleaning very well. Plus it's like taking longer for the sinks to drain. And I'm like, I really need to do something about this. But I haven't. And instead, like now, like 95% of my dishes are now dirty.
Yeah.
And then also like I mean that's from like leftovers from like the last time that I cooked and stuff like that. But also just like when I do order stuff, and it's just been a bunch of ordering shit too. And then I'm like, oh, I should cook something, but then I'm like, but then there's more dishes to do.
Yeah, then you got to do dishes. Yeah.
So I should call the plumber, but I don't call the plumber, and then there's just the dishes there. And then I order food, and then I just have more trash to throw away. And then
it's a vicious cycle.
And then I'm like, and see, my thing is that I will always remember this shit like at night when there's nothing to be done about it. And and I know what you're saying out there. Stop typing. Notes don't work. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't see them. If I put them in my phone, I forget to look at them on my phone. If I put Post-its up, they vanish from my sight. Like they can be right in fucking front of me and I will not see them. So that doesn't help.
You should try setting an alarm and then naming the alarm the thing you need to do.
But then I will just stop. I'll just hit stop on the alarm and then go about the rest. Just go about my business.
Then you'll probably like you'll hit stop on the alarm and like turn it off or whatever, and then just like be like, all right, I'll do that in a little bit, and then just forget about it.
Yes.
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I like naming alarms. It's really fun because I don't know how your phone is. I have an Android phone. It's not very fancy or anything, but like it will say whatever I name the alarm and then tell me what time it is. And that's really fun to play with. I made my sister laugh when she was in town last time because I put my alarms up very loud just so to be sure that they wake me up. And my last alarm that I have go off, it says, seriously, it's 5 a.m. And then like she sounds disappointed in you that you've slept this long, which is good. Cause then I'm like, damn it, she's right. And then I wake up.
Does it actually say that out loud?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yes,
I like
does.
that.
So you can play with that shit, like because you know it's gonna be like whatever the name of the alarm is, and then it's this time, right?
Yeah.
So like if I set an alarm for Kim, I set one for her, and it just says, "Hey Kim, it's this time," and it's great because it makes me laugh. And then because usually she wakes up half asleep and is like, "Did that just say this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it did. It's time to wake up." It was directed at you.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what else to talk about.
No,
DoorDash
that's probably enough preamble, Justin.
That's good. Okay, good.
And you know, one of the things about the stage select, one of our mottos is you never know what to expect, including like the normal order of the show, because we're not going to start the show talking about what we got up to. It's time for comments, questions, or concerns.
That's right.
Because we've been sitting on them for a while, and we owe you some talking about comments, questions, or concerns.
Okay.
If you, dear listener, have a comment, question, or concern, there are many ways to get at us. You can email us. The email address is thestageselectpod@gmail.com. You can comment on the episode posts either on Patreon, YouTube, or Spotify. You can join our Discord, and there's a channel there for comments, questions, or concerns. Lots of ways that you can make yourselves known to us. Starting this episode with Patreon.
Okay.
From episode 77, I Still Know What You Did the Summer Before Last. Xavier Krager says, seeing that Justin has opened his heart to movies, it opens up a whole new series of questions.
Okay.
With that in mind, please create an 8-person roster for a 2D fighting game using characters from any movies you have seen over the past year or so.
Oh, only over the past year?
I mean, that okay. Yeah.
All right.
And we'll make this easy. Like let's
okay,
because that's a big ask. We'll split. Four each. We'll do 4 each.
4 each. Okay. All right. Perfect. This is gonna be good. Are you gonna do one? Then I do one.
I'll give you my first 2 right off the bat.
Okay, great.
Which is the Smokestack Twins from Sinners.
That's pretty good. Yeah. All right. That's pretty good. That's a good main character. I would like to add the mom from Ouija the New Beginning. I think she would be a perfect fighting game character. She was unhinged. And
she just yells at you a lot.
Yeah, she just, it's a lot of verbal. It's like Phoenix Wright in Marvel vs. Capcom. It's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Well, you had 2.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me try to think of another one. Oh God, what's another good one? Let's see. Oh God. Officer Dewey from Scream.
Sure.
He would be good. Yeah. I mean, he can't really kill him. He just keeps, he seems to be injured in every movie so far. I've only seen 2 of them all the way through right yet. But although I watched them when I was younger, but at least the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be good.
What's his name? I know he's an Arquette. What's the first name?
David Arquette.
Arquette, yeah.
Yeah.
WCW champion David Arquette.
WCW heavyweight champion of the world David Arquette.
Yeah.
Deathmatch legend David Arquette.
Yeah, so he's got the chops to be in a fighting game. No,
exactly. He'd be perfect.
I think that's
be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess it's mainly just because like we're coming off of like Halloween and I've been watching a lot of horror movies, but my third one would be Art the Clown from the Terrifier series.
Sure, yeah. That seems like a good one. I'm trying to think of a third one here. Oh man, this is tough because I would. Oh man. I don't know his name. I don't know the character's name. He was in Friday the 13th Part 3. He was the Dream Warriors. Oh, hold on. I'll get his name.
Wait, you mean Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3?
Yeah, sorry, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. I get them confused though. Elm Street. It's like my phone knew what I wanted. Okay, what's his name? Lawrence Fishburne was in that movie, but not him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. A young Lawrence Fishburne was in that movie. It was it's kind of very interesting.
Is that before he's Cowboy Dan or whatever on Pee-wee's Playhouse?
I think it might have been right around that time.
Okay,
maybe. I'm not actually 100% sure, but he was like a nurse in that one, I don't know how to explain him. It was like they were in like a mental hospital.
Oh, like an orderly
situation. Yeah, he was like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But he wore the scrubs. He was the cool one, but he put his foot down, Julian. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I say it, I mean, that just him. Fuck. I mean, but the other guy is funny too, because in the dreams he becomes a big strong man, and that's his power. And it's his name is Roland Kincaid. He was in 2 of them, but he dies like really early in the 4th one, I think. But yeah, that guy, because he's apparently he's just very strong. That's his dream power.
I mean, you need a grappler in a fighting game.
You need a grappler. That's what I mean. Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
My last one, I don't remember the character's name because I mean they say it, but it's a native name, so I don't remember it. But the main character from Prey, which I just watched this week, I forgot to put it on the list.
Okay.
She'd be really cool because she's got like a lot of cool improvised weapons, including this she ties a rope to her tomahawk so she can throw it and then pull it back, scorpion style. And I was like, okay, cool. There you go. So she'd be my 4th.
Okay. Let's see. What's another good one that I could put out there? Oh man, I've watched a lot of movies and I always forget what the heck I've watched. It's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, The Crow. Just put The Crow in there.
The Crow has been on my mind quite a bit since we recorded The Crow. So
let's just put The Crow in there. He's pretty good. That'd be pretty good.
Original
Crow. Absolutely. Oh yeah.
Yes.
No, none of this remake Crow. Although you could have remake Crow in there just so they could fight each other. It might be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or he could be the big bad. Why not?
Sure.
I don't know.
The M. Bison of our weird movie fighting game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, or you could turn the Dead or Alive movie into its own fighting game with all the movie cast.
Look, I really enjoy Street Fighter the movie, the game.
Listen, this is what I meant to open with and I forgot about it. Because I got sidetracked by having a root beer that I didn't order.
Mm-hmm.
I watched most of the Dead or Alive movie this week because it just like came on a channel that we had on, and I was like, "Fuck it, we're here now."
Man, I really only remember Eric Roberts being really over the top, and I don't remember much else about that movie.
It's fucking that movie. Listen. If that movie would have came out when I was like 11 or 12, I'd have been like, this movie's great. What are you guys talking about? It's so dumb. It's really dumb. Like Devin Aoki is Kasumi. Like that's good casting. That's not bad casting. Yeah. What's her name? Jamie Presley is Tina.
That's also good casting.
That's also good casting.
Was Kevin Nash her dad?
Kevin Nash was Bass.
That's okay, and that's why I rented the movie, because I was like, this is actually a really good cast for this game.
It's not bad. it's I mean, it's super stupid. The entire thing is
Dead or Alive.
So is Dead or Alive. I know. In that case, I'm sitting here watching it. I'm like, this movie takes a lot of shit, but I'm having a great time watching this. This is just dumb. It's kind of awesome. That should just put Kevin Nash in anything. Put him in more things. He's good.
It's really upset. I bought Poison Ivy 3 on Amazon, and then it was like the rated version, and I was like, that sucks. That really sucks.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Who's in Poison Ivy 3?
Jamie
Kevin
Presley.
Nash in it? Oh, Jamie Presley.
Yeah. I think that was her first movie or first role.
It's possible. I'm trying to think.
I think she was like I don't think she was a playmate she posed in Playboy, like she was like I think one of the ones that you would see in like the specials.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how she kind of got her start. And then I think she got Poison Ivy 3, and then it's kind of off to the races after. Whoa, no,
Right.
no. Poison, no. Her first thing is Can't Hardly Wait.
I can look it up for you because I'm on the Dead or Alive cast.
Or at least that's the first
I
thing
said
I ever saw.
everybody that was relevant. Oh, let's see. What was her first thing? Yeah, Can't Hardly Wait was 1998.
Yeah.
Journey the Absolution was 1997, starring Mario Lopez and Jamie Presley. That sounds terrible, but amazing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Hello.
She was in Mortal Kombat. Oh, she was in the Mortal Kombat show. That's funny. Apparently, I don't know what she played in it. But yeah, it seems like Can't Hardly Wait was probably she was in the Nightman television show. Fascinating.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Oh, did I disappear? I'm sorry.
No, I lost connection.
Oh,
I was
well,
I was about to text you, but it looks like everything kept going. So
it's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, Jamie, I think you're right. I think Can't Hardly Wait was the first thing.
yeah.
I went over it with the audience. You weren't here for it. But she was maybe her first thing was Journey the Absolution, starring Mario Lopez and Jamie Presley, which, like, as I said, sounds terrible and amazing at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That almost sounds to me like something that she made and then they didn't release it until like she had like enough fame that they could put her like as like, hey, she's in this movie. Yeah,
I mean, it's Mario Lopez and he is holding some kind of gun on the cover, and I'm so in. Like, that just looks awful. And she was also in the Mortal Kombat like live action show. I don't know what she played in it.
I didn't really watch that.
No one watched it, Julian.
Yeah.
No one watched it, and they were right. She's not even like an actual character. It doesn't seem like. Like, it's like a character that they made. Mika? I have no idea.
Well, yeah, because I don't think the Mortal Kombat show had very many, if any, of the main casts.
It had Kung Lao, Raiden, Shang Tsung, and really, Scorpion, Noob Saibot.
Noob Saibot's a really weird one to put in there.
Yeah, Reptile, Sub-Zero.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected.
Quan Chi's in here, yeah. I mean, how many episodes they're in is hard to say. Katana's here, Melina.
Okay.
Reiko,
yeah, the impression that I got when
Rico.
that show was airing was that like they didn't really have the people
Yeah,
that you would want in the show.
Yeah, I think I maybe watched it once. So
yeah. It was no VIP starring Pamela Anderson.
But what is, Julian? You know, what is?
I like that show. Don't play the PlayStation game though. I don't recommend it. It's very bad.
But it is. Yeah, but it's not good.
All right. Last thing from Patreon is actually a comment from last episode. These are some boys with some gelled up hair. This is from Big Baker, who says, "Not going to lie, about 2 a.m, and I'm nearly hyperventilating on the cereal aisle listening to the responses to this list." We judged her husband's mix.
yes.
She says, "Never fear, the music tastes have matured with time, and Hubs is
Thank
mid-30s. He's 2 years younger than me."
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear. I figured as much. You know, we all have our generic rock phase. I had it myself, so don't feel bad. We've all been there.
When I was editing, I went to look at a couple of the music videos, and I was like, "Oh, I might be into this."
How did I know? Yeah. How did I know?
But the $1 million question is, did she play that segment for the Hubs?
That's tough. That's tough.
All right. And then moving on to Discord, had to go back a ways. Extrian says, "Do you or anyone you know watch 60 Minutes? I remember the sound of the ticking clock from probably before I could walk, but I know absolutely no one who's ever watched it." Yeah, I used to watch 60 Minutes.
I was going to say, yeah, my grandma loved 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
That was like appointment viewing for my grandmother.
Yeah, because I watched it. I mean, I watched Primetime with my mom, right? So it was like whatever she was watching.
Yeah.
And she liked 60 Minutes. And
Yeah.
I remember I didn't really care about any of the show until Andy Rooney came on, and I liked Andy Rooney.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It was no 2020. I liked 2020 quite a bit. 2020
is another. That's the one I remember. Like that one my parents watched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember which parent. I'm going to say my mom watched 2020 a lot.
2020 was fun watching with my mom because she liked she liked Gilda Radner's impersonation of Barbara Walters from SNL.
That's the name I was trying to think of.
So every time that Barbara Walters would introduce herself, my mom would go, "I'm Baba Wawa." Because that's how Gilda Radner would do it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah. But yeah, people watch that show.
Yeah.
People watch 60 Minutes. It's a big deal.
Yeah. Casey asks, what are your favorite Simpsons Treehouse of Horror segments, and do you still watch the new specials?
Did we do this one?
We did not do this one.
Okay. I believe you. I think I read it. I read this question. That's why.
It's been in there a while.
Okay. And I don't know because I don't really remember Simpsons stuff at all. So
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't remember like which episode, like what they were called or anything like that. My favorite one. So I actually have two because they kind of go into each other. There was one year where all three of the bits, they killed Willie, groundskeeper Willie.
Yeah.
Because it had the shinning. You mean Shining?
Yeah,
like that one is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And then I liked the next year, like he got his revenge because they did the Nightmare on Elm Street thing where he was Freddy, and so he got to kind of get revenge on everybody.
That's pretty good.
Those two are kind of my favorites.
Sure.
But my thing, look, I have not watched The Simpsons. Like, I've not watched new episodes of The Simpsons since right around 2001. Because at that point I was working pretty much every Sunday at Game Fellas, and at that point I was working at the further north location. So we'd close at 6. We usually finish paperwork right up around 7, which was when Simpsons was coming on. And so by the time that I got home, it was either over or about to be over, and I just got out of the habit of watching it. I would still watch it in syndication, but I don't know how current those episodes ever got up to. And and I have
never can tell.
I have not seen I've seen bits of new episodes. Like I've seen every once in a while, it's like, oh, someone will post like something funny. It's like, yeah, that was good.
Fine.
But Simpsons is what, like almost it's getting close to 40 years, and 25
almost
of those years I have not seen.
Yeah, me either.
It needs to end, Justin.
Probably should, honestly. I don't remember what seasons I've watched. The only episode I always remember is the Tamako episode. That's the one I always remember.
And that one doesn't it vaguely rings a bell. I would have to see it. I'm sure I've seen it, but
it's they somehow combined a tobacco plant and a tomato plant, and they call it Tamako. And like Maggie starts, like everybody gets addicted to the tomatoes essentially. They taste awful, but they're cigarettes, so it's fine. I can't remember the exact bit, but it was a pretty good episode. I remember that. But I don't watch a lot of Simpsons. Sorry.
I guess you never did, huh? Like it's not like ingrained in your vernacular the way it is for me.
No, it's not. I've seen episodes and stuff of it, and I always liked it, but I just never sat down and watched it, you know?
Somehow I have a feeling that like any of like the really like well regarded like animated sitcoms, young Justin Ham was like, that's not funny.
I like depends. Simpsons was pretty good. I liked that even when I was older, because I remember watching it when I was in high school, or at least out of high school. Because like I said, I remember the Tamako episode being really funny, and I watched it like for a while because we didn't have cable, and it would come on one of the stations that was on like the antenna TV that we had. And I would watch it, and it was good. I did like it. It's not bad. but yeah, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've watched any of it. So
I feel like I could see you being like, this South Park and Family Guy stuff is trash, but look, these specific bits on Beavis and Butthead are very smart. And then also, let's talk about the head on Liquid Television.
right, yeah.
That's just
like
what I
Beavis and
envisioned from you.
I did like Beavis and Butthead. South Park I liked when I was in like 6th grade when South Park came out, and I got in trouble for watching it. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was growing up in America. Or in America, I guess, watching some show you definitely weren't allowed to watch, but doing it anyway.
I mean, Simpsons was that for me, like early on.
Yeah.
Like my dad tried to not let me see that show.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's a cartoon, so you want to watch it. So I get it.
Yeah, South Park is interesting for me because even when it was first starting, I was like, it was fine. Like it started when I was in high school, and I was like, like there's some parts that are pretty funny, but like it wasn't much. And then I don't think going back, I really give a shit until we're in like season 7 or 8. And then once it starts to get like really like, oh, we are making fun of shit that happened last week.
Right.
That's when I really like, once I started to get like really biting on like the social commentary and stuff, that's where I like really like,
sure.
So those I really like, but then I also really like the episodes where they're just being kids. The anime one where they get the weapons from the show or the weapons and gun show or whatever, and they're just like playing anime stuff like that. That stuff I really like. That's why I like the 2 RPGs so much, because it's like, this is peak the boys just being dumb little kids and playing make believe, and then it gets too serious.
Right.
Casey has another one here. Can you think of a game that deserves a sequel less than Bubsy 3D?
Oh, that's tough. Less?
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned one, Julian, and that's the VIP show.
But it didn't get a sequel.
Okay, so it's a sequel.
Yes,
it got a sequel, but it shouldn't have got a sequel.
Right,
okay,
Bubsy 3D is getting a sequel.
Okay, glad we care. Oh, it is?
Yes. There is a Bubsy 4D coming out, Justin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but yes.
Yeah. Oh. Honestly, okay, there's a way you could do that to where it might be kind of great.
Yeah.
There's a way you could play off of how like it's historically kind of a panned game and really go in on something like that.
I know the Let's Play Princess on Nerds of Broadcast was pretty high on it, so because she played the demo.
Okay.
So there you go. I mean, that crazier things have happened, right?
Yeah, it might be good. Who knows?
I think for me, it's because like, I mean, I'm sure there's sequels to like really shitty games that I don't give a shit about, but like I don't give a shit about them, so I can't think of them because
that's always
But I do feel, and I still feel this to this day, that like I never needed a sequel to BioShock, The Last of Us, or Death Stranding.
The Last of Us is the one I always think of because I feel like that told its story in one go and I was good.
Yeah. And
BioShock
I'm on record. I loved The Last of Us Part 2. Like I think it's a great video game. I didn't need it. And I understand that there's a lot of people who BioShock 2 is like their favorite one, but I just didn't care about going back to Rapture.
Right. Yeah, it was weird. I think BioShock is best served in like single serving type things like that, where like Infinite had the right idea, like, no, let's get away from that. This is a different thing. Until
it's not, right? Like,
until it's not, right? Yeah, no, exactly. And then they did a whole thing, but like it had the right idea in the opening.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to go revisit BioShock Infinite because I remember, I don't know if I don't think I reviewed that for Pixel Bit, but I was at Pixel Bit when BioShock Infinite came out, and we were all really high on it, and general consensus was very high on BioShock Infinite, and then over time, like, it just became like universally panned, and I'm like,
yeah.
I remember really enjoying that game, and I would like to see, like, if I still enjoy it now.
Right.
Now my politics have changed a lot, so maybe there would be certain things where, like, yeah, I could do without this or that, but
right.
But I still feel that, like, the core of it, like, I still love the fact that it was like, this music doesn't belong here, and that was, like, so cool to me, right?
Right.
But yeah, I would like to revisit it just to see, like, if I end up joining the consensus, or I'm like, no, this is still a cool game to me.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Those ones, maybe anything that's like told its story and got out and then was like, but we're gonna make another one because that one made money, is probably a good candidate for this. So
right.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Xrian says, any movie trailers or game that really stand out to you, possibly even better than the movie or game? My wife always said that Iron Man 3's trailer was better than the movie. I love the Creed 2 trailer.
I swear we answered this question.
We didn't, but I remember the night that I was planning on answering it, because I brought up one of them for me, like, in the course of that episode, which is Sin City is one of my all-time favorite movie trailers.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at the movie theater when that trailer came out.
It's quite good.
And we used to, like, we would know, like, when, like, what movies that trailer was attached to. And so we would actually, like, take a quick break and, like, run into the movie theater that was about to show the Sin City trailer and watch it because just couldn't get enough of it. It was good. I think the cut of it is great. And it's also got this fantastic song that is not in the soundtrack, which is super frustrating. It's Cells by The Servant. Because I eventually had to find it because I was like, this song is too good. But that's always like an all-time. Wait, no, we did answer this. Never mind. We did answer this. Yes,
we did answer that.
You were right. I apologize.
I swear the first question you asked, we also, the Simpsons one, I swear we answered that one too, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think we answered the Simpsons one.
I think we did. Listeners in the show, you check the tape, because I remember Julian telling me about the Willy ones. I remember that, and I remember talking about the Tobacco episode. I swear that happened.
I do remember you mentioning Tobacco recently.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So yeah.
Look, I live by myself, and I rarely talk to people besides Justin. So my brain is like Swiss cheese at this point.
Yeah. So listeners, clue us in if we actually answered that question twice. Because I swear we did.
And if so, did I say a different answer?
No, you did. You kept the same answer. I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, pretty sure you did.
Okay. 60x Self asked, favorite ice cream, favorite chips.
Oh, chips is easy. Salt and vinegar chips for me. I love salt and vinegar chips. I'm a connoisseur of salt and vinegar chips. I've considered starting my own ranking, because every time I look at other people's rankings, I'm like, that's wrong. You're wrong. I would say the Snyder's of, I think it's Hanover. That's the best salt and vinegar chips. It's either Hanover or Berlin. I think it's Hanover. Those are the best salt and vinegar chips you can buy. Bar none. Pretty good. I've recently had Conn's salt and vinegar chips, a brand I did not know existed, and they were actually pretty good. They're very strong, but pretty good. Anyway, salt and vinegar chips is the easy slam dunk for me on chips.
Yeah.
Ice cream though. Oh man, I might be pretty boring on ice cream, because I just kind of like vanilla ice cream. I know that's really boring. I don't care. It's good.
Look, vanilla's great. especially because
Yeah.
you can doll it up with whatever.
You can doll it up with whatever. It's great.
And I live in Texas where we have HEB, and HEB has their brand, the 1905 vanilla, which
Sure.
is
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Once you get fancy vanillas,
Yeah.
that's what. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, if I had to pick a flavor, I would probably. I like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
mint.
A lot.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like
do
mint
like
chocolate
that
chip.
one. So yeah.
For me, ice cream is cookies and cream, hands down.
Sure. Yeah.
That is like
That's also very good.
an
Yeah.
all timer for me. I like stuff in my ice cream. So
Yeah, stuff in ice cream is okay.
Yeah.
I used to be a big fan of Moose Tracks ice cream. That was pretty good.
I like cookie dough. I like a chocolate chip
Cookie dough is good.
Yeah.
Cookie dough ice cream pretty good. We have like a dairy around here called Toffs. And I think it's like throughout Ohio, but like it's stationed where I live. Oh boy. It's kind of, so you can go to like where they make it at essentially. And like they got a bunch of like random flavors that'll pop up here and there. The one I always remember is they had like a cheesecake flavored ice cream. And that shit was fucking good, man. Cause it was some kind of ice cream and then it had like cheesecake chunks in it. Like, oh man.
Yeah.
That shit was good.
I can be real hit or miss with that. It's gotta be something special. Oh, and then I only get it at Jim's, which is it is a Texas chain of diners, but they have cinnamon ice cream that is to die for.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound bad.
Favorite chip for me, honestly, these days now, but I can't get a hold of it though. Now that I have sampled all dressed chips, that is the thing. But
those are good.
The Lay's ones that are now available like nationwide don't cut it.
Yeah.
Like they'll do in a pinch, but they aren't as good as some of the other ones that I've sampled.
I believe it.
So it's probably Cool Ranch Doritos for me.
Okay. That's also very good.
Yeah. I like a Sun Chip also. I got very excited.
Never been a Sun Chip guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I got very excited this week because I saw it was like a honey barbecue flavor of Sun Chip that I'd never seen before.
Okay.
Not a fan.
Yeah. The honey barbecue Lay's chips are actually pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah,
I am a pretty big fan
good.
of barbecue flavor in chips in general.
I'm not opposed to it. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Let's see. This next one is also from 60. Mary Makeout Murder, Topher Grace, Elijah Wood, Daniel Radcliffe.
Say the three options again.
The people or
the people.
Topher Grace from That 70s Show, Elijah Wood from Lord of the Rings, or Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter.
Topher Grace seems like the one sane person out of That 70s Show cast so far.
True.
Yeah, he's yeah.
Laura Prepon seems fine.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I forget about her.
Yeah.
She was the redhead, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the others, you've got a convicted rapist, you've got a known sex pest, and then you've got two people that still support the convicted rapist.
Are super, are just like, no, they seem fine. Yeah. Like, oh, great, good, excellent. Then Topher Grace, Elijah Wood. Oh man, Elijah Wood's great too. I would marry that guy. He seems great. He's great.
Mm-hmm.
I like him a lot. I think make out with Topher Grace sounds fine because he seems to want to be left alone. And who was the third option again?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, I don't care about Harry Potter, so yeah.
Okay.
Although he seems like a fine gent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd marry Elijah Wood because I know I know stories of like what a good dude that guy is.
He just seems like he pops up in a lot of he just always seems very pleasant in every interaction I've ever seen him in. So yeah.
I'd make out with Daniel Radcliffe and I'd murder Topher Grace because he just kind of weirds me out.
Sure, why not?
I can't quite put my. I do agree with you. I think he is probably the most normal of the That 70s Show cast.
Yeah,
but he still kind of weirds me out in a way.
Sure,
I can't really.
That's fair.
Yeah. Jeez, most of these are from 60.
Yeah, why not?
But we're catching up. Like
what are we doing?
We're clearing the slate.
Clearing the slate.
60 says stolen from Nextlander, but what's the worst game title? And is it worse than Prism Chapter 1, The Dark Unicorn, for which there is no Chapter 2?
That's pretty good.
I had to look that up because I thought that was the Skittles game, but it is not.
Okay. Worst game title's tough because you'd almost have to go through. There's so many bad game titles on Steam.
I mean, let's try to keep it to like stuff that people have actually maybe heard of.
People have actually heard of. Okay.
Yeah, because I agree. Like there's just like so much like unmitigated trash on there.
What was the one you and I played for Suffer Select with the firemen?
Oh, I was thinking about that one today. Fuck. Hold on.
See, I see. These are the worst names to me, where you can't remember what the fuck they're called.
Even though you've played them.
Even though you played it.
Yeah. Hold on.
These are the worst names. Like when they're completely not rememberable.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Quantum Error.
Quantum Error. Yeah. Like what the hell does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like I can see what they're going for, but nobody will remember it because it's so immediately your mind goes Quantum Leap, because that's the popular thing associated with the word quantum. At least in my mind it is. So it's tough to like make that mental gymnastic, I guess, to put it together.
For me, it's like the super generic. So like if you've put Legacy or Origins or Legends in your title, like I feel that you've already lost.
I know why they named Dragon Age Origins what they named it, but like I remember seeing
it's a
that
black mark
like,
on that game.
Did I miss something? Like,
yeah,
like is this a prequel? I don't. Okay.
At least that one, it ties into mechanics because you pick an origin for your character. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I agree. Like from the moment that I heard it, I was like, that is such a generic ass name. And then the game is fantastic. But
yeah, it's good.
So I think for me, it might be Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning.
That one's also pretty bad. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They get a little bit of a pass for the remaster where they call it Re-Reckoning. That's cute.
Sure.
But yeah, I've tried. I think I've gotten about a good 15 hours into that game. I want to love that game, and I just kind of like it.
Right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that's names that aren't memorable, even though you played them, are usually a bad one. Or names that you see.
Or
go ahead.
Honestly, pretty much any Square Enix game since they hired fucking Nomura. So like, you know,
Kingdom Hearts stuff.
The 352
over 5 days
or whatever
the hell it is.
Look, I understand that there's some lore in there for it. I don't give a shit. It's still stupid. You're not going to convince me otherwise.
I'm a big proponent of don't put your fantasy world's name in your title, because immediately my brain just doesn't give a shit about it.
Yeah.
It's real tough. What was the name of that Square Enix title? And this was it was like when they were just throwing shit at the wall for a little while there. It came out kind of recently. It was like almost like the RTS or whatever.
Oh, Project Triangle Strategy or Triangle Strategy.
Triangle Strategy is bad, but it's not that one. It's you and I both played it, I'm pretty sure. We played the demo. It had a demo. Fuck.
Oh, Diofield Chronicles.
Diofield Chronicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit like that. Like, I don't know what that is.
Chronicle is another one of those words that
I got it. It's various day life. What the fuck does that even mean, man?
Oh, I don't know, but Matt Jorgensen is offended now.
I'm sorry.
Wait, is that the one?
Name.
No, that might not be the one that he's really. I think it's Harvestella. Never mind. Because there was also that clip where they released like 3 farming RPGs all in the same year.
Yeah. No, Various Day Life was weird. I bought that. I own fucking Various Day Life. I played it for like 10 minutes. I was like, I think I'm good. I think I'm good on this. Yeah, I don't know what the hell possessed me to buy that, but I own it. I know I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next one from Xrian. Are there any series or games you've bought for a decent price, knowing the odds of you ever getting to them is slim to zero? Most of us have some dirt cheap games in our library because why not? I, for example, have collected every Xenoblade Chronicles game on Switch. We all know Nintendo would implode if they ever offered a true sale, and doubt I'll ever touch them. Just never feel in the mood to start one, despite being interested, and I know they're all over 100 hours. Still, I keep buying them for whatever reason.
I do that too. I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, most recently, it's the Trails games.
Yeah.
So once I played Trails of Cold Steel 1 and fucking loved it, I was like, all right, I want to start picking these up as they're coming out because I do want to play through this whole series at one point. So I have bought every one of these games that have come out since then, and it's a lot. Like I think I now own, well, because I bought all 4 of the Cold Steel games like after I played the first one, but I think I now own about like 7 of these.
Sure.
But they have announced that like the series will be coming to an end. And with them having released the remake for the first game this year, like that's probably, and they've said they're already going to remake the second one. So I don't mind like now I feel that there's actually like a I didn't waste my time or money because like I do plan on playing them at some point. The Like a Dragon games were that way too because I own them all and
I do too.
It had been my intention to play like one of the old ones every year,
Same here.
But it's been hard to like keep up with the new ones. I still haven't played.
They keep if they stopped putting those games out for like a few years, I'd be like, oh, let me go play one of the old ones. I mentioned to do that again or something like that. But they always put a new one out every year, so I'm just like, I'll just play that one. I'll play the one I didn't play last year, whichever comes first.
I think next year might be a gap year. I don't think that the new one is coming next. No, and maybe it is. Actually, I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I am a big sucker for just buying shit on Steam sales that I'm never gonna play, but I'll buy it anyway. I bought the Alan Wake games, except for 2. I don't have 2 because they were on sale. I was just like, yeah, why not?
I mean, that's. I mean, well, I guess there's the new Nightmare, but I mean, there's not.
Guess what? I have American Nightmare as well.
Okay, not the new Nightmare. That's a lot.
Yeah. No, I knew which one you meant. I think they came in like a pack, and the pack was on sale. Same thing for like Control. I think even though I played Control when it wasn't on sale, I was like, oh, it's like $5. Sure, why not? On the thing, I bought Bionic Commando on Steam. Because why not? It was like that was the one game I streamed.
Which one? The 3D one or
the 3D Bionic Commando? Okay. Yeah,
I like that game. I don't care what anybody says.
By all means, man. It also came like in a pack with Bionic Commando Rearmed.
Okay,
and I was like, yeah, why not? Fuck it. I do have all the BioShock games because they came in a pack and were on sale. God, I'm just going through this fucking Steam catalog right now. Like, why do I have this? Why did I buy this?
I own all of the Star Wars games on Steam.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it was like I think like $30, and it was like however many games that was at that time.
All the Deus Exes, all the Dishonored games. I bought every single thing by the people that make Dishonored. I always forget their name. Arcane, because it came in a pack, and I was like, I'm never going to play this. Why am I buying this? I bought all the Dooms. I'm never going to play. I have Doom and Doom Eternal, all the old Dooms. Why? I'm not going to play them. But I bought the Fear series. I'm never going to play the Fear series. Why did I buy that?
I don't know, man. I could see you playing Fear in front of Kim.
Yeah, that's true. She probably would get into that. And I bought it. They were like dirt cheap.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, why not? I think I own all the old Hitman games. I even tried to play the very first Hitman. So I was like, I'm going to go through the series. Let's just see if I can do it. And I couldn't get it to work on Steam. It was real weird.
I'm not sure that I could go much further past Blood Money. I don't think that I could go back past that.
It's not easy. Let me tell you. I think I could get it to work, but I could only get it to work mouse and keyboard, and I was like, I don't feel like playing it like this, so just no. I own the Mad Max game, all the Mafia games on Steam. I'm never gonna play those. I played that one Mafia game that I played this year, and that was enough for me. Oh God, I'm still fucking scrolling. This is insane. Why do I have this much shit?
Because you have a problem. I mean, I do too. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, all the Resident Evil games, like the
at least your stuff you buy on sale. A lot of my stuff that I've got on my shelves, it's like, oh, I paid full price for that.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. A lot of it is like either stuff I played or stuff I knew. It's like I may never play this, but it's like for $10 for this entire series. Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it goes. But if anything, it's just like a cool like digital collection that I have going, and that's basically how I look at it. So, yeah. All right. Anyway,
last we are now caught up. From 60, had an urge for an 80s binge after the Julian talked about Better Off Dead. From now on, refer to me as the Julian, Justin.
I will not do that.
What movies would be in your 80s binge?
80s binge?
Yeah. See, this is actually kind of rough for me because if the prevailing thing for me, the joke is, and I said it to John Gholson when he asked how I had not seen Better Off Dead. I asked two questions. Was it made by Disney? No. Did it come out before 1994? Yeah. I probably haven't seen it.
Probably.
I again, very sheltered. There are some things though, right? So for me, definitely Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, same.
UHF, which is my favorite movie. Just period.
Sure. It's good.
I'm a big fan of Police Academy, so I'd watch, I can watch any of those any day. That's fine. Yeah. That's about it. I can't watch the Transformers movie anymore. It fucks me up.
Yeah.
I could watch G.I. Joe, the movie.
Sure. Yeah.
But
Cobra.
That's probably about it.
I do still like the Transformers movie.
Oh, I do too. I just can't watch it anymore.
Yeah, no, I get it. Trying to think. Yeah, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure would definitely be on my list. I'm trying to think of 80s movies that I really like and can't get enough of. That's a tough call for me. I guess I don't think I've actually ever seen the original Terminator, and I know that sounds crazy. I've seen Terminator 2 a couple times, but I never actually watched the original one.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
I guess I hadn't thought about that type of stuff, because that that's stuff that I've seen after the fact, like Alien and Alien is actually 70s. Aliens I could definitely
Aliens
fuck with.
I think is the 80s. Yeah.
Rocky 3 and 4.
Yeah,
I know we talked about that, but I could still get down with those.
Let's see. Most popular 80s movies. Google. What do you got for me? Most popular Google. Why did I type that in?
No, not the Goonies. Don't come at me. I didn't watch it until I was in my 30s, and I didn't care for it because I didn't watch it when I was 11.
Yeah, same. I honestly never sat through the Goonies, so I can tell you some things I wish I watched that I've always heard about. This first one just popped up, and I'm like, I've never seen Clue, and I always
Clue
hear
is
people
great.
nonstop talk about Clue. So
actually, I don't know. I don't know if that would work on you.
I don't know either, but I'd watch it. I've always heard good things. You never know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Labyrinth. I remember watching Labyrinth when I was a kid.
I fucking hate Labyrinth.
I wasn't that high on it either, but you could watch all the Indiana Jones movies.
Not an Indiana Jones fan either.
I know. Well, you liked the video game, Julian.
I did like the video game, and it did make me appreciate the character more.
That's what I'm saying. I just went on a big 80s binge because almost every Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street pretty much came out during the 80s. Karate
Right,
Kids.
but let me ask you a question, Justin.
Sure.
Would you like to watch them again?
They are really fun to make fun of, so yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
They are really stupid. Like, I just sat there and shit talked the entire time watching those things. Then they like rebooted it. We watched the reboot of that movie, not to jump ahead into my movie bullshit. We watched the reboot of Friday the 13th, and like they go over the first 2 or 3 movies in like record speed. Like, it's just like they're just fucking, this is what happened, here's the key stuff you need to know. And then the guy from fucking what's that show that had the angels that were trying to stop stuff, Supernatural, that one. I don't know if they're angels. I don't know what the fuck Supernatural was about.
Supernatural's got everything you can think of in it.
Yeah, I believe it. It had that. It had the guy from that show in there, and he's trying to find his sister who disappeared. And in that one, it was weird because like Jason like just randomly takes some girl hostage in it. It's really strange. It just seems very out of character, but he does it. And then they just kind of gently put him into the water at the end, which doesn't. In the other ones, they have to like fucking tie chains around the motherfucker and put him in the water. It's wild. Karate Kid came out during the 80s. I do like Karate Kid.
I haven't seen it in like 30 plus years.
It's a fun movie. I'm not going to say it's amazing, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah. I
Let's
think
see,
Gremlins 2 came out in like 91 or 92.
I think so, but the original Gremlins, I think, was probably during the 80s, I want to say.
Yeah, but that's not the one that I'm fond of. It's Gremlins 2 all the way.
I like both of them, so. Yeah. Breakfast Club, I didn't watch that. I'm not going to lie to you.
I've seen it once.
Yeah, E.T. I think I've seen once when I was a kid. I don't really remember it too well. Everybody always went on about The Untouchables. I thought it was kind of garbage. Never watched Caddyshack. Don't really care about it. Raging Bull's a good movie. I watched that. Never actually watched Do the Right Thing. I probably should. Mystic Pizza I've heard of. St. Elmo's Fart. Good God. The Outsiders. God, I remember watching that in school. Didn't really care for it. The Shining came out in the 80s. Apparently. There you go. These are all Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Didn't really care about. Top Gun. Yeah.
Don't like Top Gun.
Yeah. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That one might be fascinating to go watch again. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yeah. I've been actually kind of wanting to watch that one again.
Yeah. Beetlejuice. This is just a list I'm going through right now. Trading Places Out of Africa. I've never heard of that movie in my life. Ghostbusters.
Ooh, actually one that I haven't watched in a very long time, but it's one of the hardest times I've ever laughed in my life from the 80s is The Gods Must Be Crazy.
Huh. Never heard of that. That sounds good. Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That came out in the 80s. Yeah. Footloose,
no,
and Dirty Dancing. They're both the same movie, so you only need to watch one.
Yeah.
If only my sister or Kim heard me say that, because it's a whole thing. They are both the same movie. I'll argue with anybody. The rest of these, who cares? But yeah,
I'm surprised that Batman wasn't on there.
Batman, yeah, I think that might have been 1990 though.
No, it's 89.
Is it 89?
First one is 89.
Okay, well, yeah, Batman, why not?
I've been wanting to rewatch it because I have an ongoing theory that there's never been a great Batman movie. There's never been a great live action Batman movie that is great at adapting the character to film.
I think I can. They always do their own take on it.
And the takes have always been wrong.
Right. Yeah. No, the animated series is great.
Yes, and that's why that's the caveat, because I think Mask of the Phantasm is actually the best Batman movie that's ever been made. That got a theatrical release. That did get a theatrical release. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever actually watched Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh,
it's great. I saw that opening day. That was a Christmas Day release.
Nice.
Yeah. It was fun because my parents my mom dropped me and my cousin off at the theater, and there was like nobody there because it was
Nice.
Christmas Day.
Nice. Well, hopefully we named off enough 80s movies
Yeah,
for people.
I'd
Yeah.
probably just binge all of Police Academy and call it a day.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Spend some extra time on the pool scene in the fourth movie before moving on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, we answered all the questions and
We
the
are caught
comments
up.
and the concerns.
Yes. So
Nobody was concerned, which is good.
yeah, that is good. But it is there in case we ever say
there
something.
in case you need break glass in case of emergency.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving on to some games, Justin.
All right.
I finished Keeper.
Cool.
I finished that last night.
How did you feel about it?
It's interesting because I was like whatever about it the first time I played. I was like, this
Yeah.
seems fine. Like it's a cool idea.
Mm.
But then I kept seeing like a lot of people like really high on it and like people putting it on like their on their short list for like their game of the year talk and then Brad Shoemaker on Nextlander was like over the moon for it, and I was like, all right, I should probably take another I wanted to finish it anyway because I knew it was short, but I was like, okay, it seems like this game goes places and I need to see where this game goes, and it does go places.
Okay.
There is more that happens with that game mechanically than I was expecting.
Sure.
But it's been a long time since I felt that I really wish that I had just watched a no commentary Let's Play.
Okay. All right.
I remember Undertale being that for me, where I was like, I don't think that I got anything out of actually playing this video game.
Sure.
Other than frustration and annoyance that probably I really didn't care for Undertale. Fight me.
Yeah.
I felt that with Keeper because when it does start to evolve mechanically, it becomes just it feels terrible.
Oh, good.
Where
That's what you want.
I was like last night out many times out loud, I was like, oh, this feels awful. Like, why just go? Why don't you go where I want you to go? Like, just constantly, like,
That's good.
just
That's what you
horrific
want.
controls to me.
Yeah.
And it's definitely one of those games that's like up its own ass in a way where like
it looks like one of those games that is like, look at this art that we made.
100% one of those. Yes, Justin, where there is a story, but it is told in the descriptions of the achievements, which are already pretty like obscure to get.
Yeah.
So it's like I got little snippets of narration that was only I would have to like after I beat the game, I like looked at the descriptions of because they were like too long for the synopsis when you would get the achievement.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, sure. And I probably get like a much fuller version of the story if I get all the achievements. I'm not playing this game again to do that.
No, I don't blame you.
According to my Xbox, I played it for just under 4 hours, and yet somehow it felt way too long.
Okay.
Like every single sequence, I'm ready to move on, but there's another. There's more. There's more of this puzzle solving. Okay, and there was one part where I was like, I was like bored now, and then it's like, oh no, we're still going. And then there was a part where I was like, that was a nice little ending. And then like the cutscene ended, and I had to control, and I was like, why wasn't that it?
Yeah.
Why am I still controlling this character? And then it happened again where I was like, okay, well that was actually a good ending. And then I was like, still in control, and I was like, why couldn't that be it? Like I low key dislike this game.
Okay. Yeah.
I appreciate that it exists.
Sure.
But like I wanted to love it. Like the trailer at like whenever they showed it for the first time, I was like, that looks like my shit. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
I love that Double Fine is doing like quirky, like off the wall games again.
Absolutely.
but this just wasn't it for me. There's not much that you can interact with, and your main sorts of interaction is just shining your light on stuff. And it's like,
Sure.
you know, okay, so there's like these plants, and like they will bloom if you shine your light on it. But there would be times where something would happen, and I was like, was that supposed to be meaningful? Because I there were a lot of times where it's like I can't tell if that was like part of the solution to the puzzle that I'm working on, or if that was just like a quirky little interaction, or what. And then then towards the end, I was like, am I supposed to feel something here? Like, because I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's a pass for me. It reminded me a lot of Stray, because like I remember when I finished Stray, I was like, man, I really kind of regret paying money for this.
I remember feeling kind of similarly. I remember being like, that was a neat idea for a game, and it starts out kind of cool, but like as it went, I was just like, I don't.
Keeps going.
Kind of kept going.
Keeps going.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was kind of the thing here. And here at least it was on Game Pass, so it wasn't like any extra cash out of my. Because again, I think $30 for this is like, that's an ask, man.
Pretty wild. Yeah, they got to make Game Pass worth keeping around for a month. You're like, well, I could pay this for, I don't know, Game Pass is $30 a month. I actually like brought up the membership thing today. I was like, I should just cancel this, shouldn't I? I was like, I was like, no, not yet. Leave it there for just a little bit longer.
I was going to wait. I think we've both said, until we're done with Game of the Year. Because so a big thing for me is that I loved Black Ops 6 so much last year that Black Ops 7 is like, I will, because that comes out next week actually, and I'm going to be like mainlining that just in case, because like I was so taken away with the game last year. So because now we're getting to the point where it's like, okay, now I really got to focus up on what has like the best chance of making it onto my list, because my list is pretty solid at this point. Yeah, but it's like, okay, need to finish Yotei, probably need to finish Death Stranding 2 just to see. Yeah, and that's a lot of game right there. But Black Ops 7 is also one where that's a possibility. Sure. And then Bloodlines 2, which I'll talk about a little bit later, is also like a dark horse, because it might be one of those like 7s out of 10s that is like super my shit. Yeah, it's you never know. I kind of liked it. Yeah, I know you cooled off on it by the time you finished it, but yeah. No, I still like that game. Yeah. I still absolutely do. It's just like the ending's a little like leaves you kind of like, all right, yeah, I guess you could end it like that. Like you just kind of wish you wanted more, and like there's definitely some other stuff involved with it. But I overall really did like that game. Yeah. So yeah. So that's Keeper. I don't recommend like honestly, if it was just like a Pixar short, I think it would have been like way more effective and probably would have been like worthy of an Oscar nomination. Sure. There you go. This is one of those where I'm like, I don't think you're getting anything out of it being interactive. Yeah. I think it's more of a video game than its initial impression gave me. Sure. Yeah. But it's not a particularly fun or interesting video game to me. Yeah. So that's that. Yeah. And then just real quick, and then we can bounce over to you. Absolutely. Ball Pit is now becoming a capital P problem. Oh yeah. Yes. That good, huh? It is and it isn't. Okay. I definitely don't like it as much as Vampire Survivors. Sure. Yeah. But once I beat the first couple levels a couple times, something started to click, and I was like, okay, I'm understanding kind of how I want to build certain things out. The unlocks are really cool, and like some of the new characters I'm picking up are neat, because one thing that this has over Vampire Survivors is that the characters you unlock feel fundamentally different from each other, instead of just this character has a different weapon and has slightly different movement speed. Which is really all that you get in base Vampire Survivors. Yep. Pretty much. These characters, like there's quite a bit of difference in them, to the point that like the first character, because he's kind of your basic generic like warrior guy. Yeah. So far, I have not had a chance of beating the third level with him, because basically he just doesn't have anything in his pocket that gives him an advantage, and
Okay.
that level is like bringing stuff at you like very quickly, and like I will wipe with him pretty fast. Still, I don't like okay, so there's a base building part of it where like you're putting down like resources and like buildings, and that's how you unlock new characters. That's how you start to improve everybody's stats overall, because you'll get like these buildings that will like improve their level scaling, so like they'll get stronger over the course of the run, stuff like that, but you've got to upgrade them. That part is fine. I don't like the way that you build, upgrade, and gather resources, because it's also you playing Arkanoid but with your characters, where you just like line up your shot and they all like go in a direction and then bounce around until you run out of time. Okay. And so it's a thing where it's like, okay, like I really need this thing, and it's like, fuck me, they didn't go the way I thought they were going to, and I only had like one person hit that building, so now I gotta wait until I do another run, and it can really kind of slow down progress, especially because I got to the third level and I was like, oh, I actually now need those stat increases. And it turned out actually what I needed was I think one of the characters I unlocked was they were so cool that like I just like tanked it with them. Like it was like my second time in that level, and like the first time that I fought the boss for the second level, the first time that I fought the boss of the third level, when I finally got a character that far, I killed it in the first try.
Oh, cool. Good.
Even so, it's like with certain characters, it's like, oh no, I need those stat increases, and those stat increases aren't really coming, because like it's like, okay, when you upgrade the buildings also to make them even better increases, then you've got to throw more guys at them, and it just really kind of bogs it down needlessly, where I would rather just be like, yo, let me gather the resources like while I'm doing the runs, and let me just spend that currency to get the shit, and let's just move on. And it's not bad, and that's kind of frustrating. Yeah, but it's so easy to just one more run, man. Let's just do one more run. We can do that, because they're also shorter than Vampire Survivors. Like a run is usually going to be like under 20 minutes if you go all the way through and actually beat the boss.
That's not too bad though.
Yeah, and so that makes it like very much like a potato chip type of game, where it's like, no, just one more, man. Just one more, and then it's like, but in the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, but you're trying to play Outer Worlds 2, like back out of this and go back to Outer Worlds 2. It's like, yeah, but just one more run, man. Just one more. It's just 15 minutes. It's fine. Right. So that it's becoming a problem, because I also, again, it's like, I don't know that it's ultimately going to like go anywhere on my list, and it's starting to eat up like a lot of time from other things that have a potential of going on my list. So yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
that's Ball Pit.
I keep meaning to try it.
Yeah,
but yeah.
It's also like, it's on Game Pass, but it's also just $15 if you want to buy it. So it's not too bad. It is, you know, I don't like to do the whole like value to like enjoyment type thing, but like after coming off of Keeper, which is twice the price for to me a very subpar experience, like it's like a no-brainer right there. It's like only $15 for Ball Pit. Like one of the most addictive games I've played this year. Yeah, that's easy recommend.
Your experience with Keeper sounds like my experience with Sword of the Sea or whatever, where I was just like, yeah, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, and another one where people were just like kind of over the moon for it, and it's like,
I believe it. I got done with it. I was like, it's fine, I guess. I don't know. All right. Let's see. What have I been up to? Well, I guess the big thing I've been up to is I finished Ghost of Yotei, which is a video game you can play.
I'm still stunned by that. I did not expect you to finish that game.
I really didn't either. It was, I think, the day after we recorded last week. I was just like, I'm gonna boot up Ghost of Yotei and just see how long it takes me until I just kind of stop playing it. And then all of a sudden I was like, I'm starting to have a pretty good time with this, actually. So that game overall, I will spoilers. Overall, I like that game a pretty good amount. It definitely has its problems, and it definitely has some weird issues with like when the stuff that is in the game starts to get actually fun. Like for example, you when you talked about it, I remember you mentioning something about like, I don't know if the stealth's like really doing much for me, and there wasn't like as much of it.
There wasn't, because like the last time I played it, I had just found like a base where I could do stealth,
right?
Because it had not come up at all. It's
not like a super major part of the game, really, but like, so the way that thing is split up is essentially there's the first like land mass, I guess. And then it's sort of like, that is actually more of a hub world kind of situation. And like, you can kind of travel off into these other things that are kind of their own self-contained little storyline beats and like have their own enemy types and stuff like that. Right.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I think that would have been Saturday. I think I got to the first one of those on Saturday. I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. And like the story like actually had like a little bit of a thing that started to happen. And I was like, oh, right. Yeah. Because when it started, I was like, I don't know what this story is going to be exactly, but let's find out. Right. Because I mean, it's pretty cut and dry what the the intent of the character is, but like it definitely goes some places, and it started to go places when I got to that first little bit, and I was like, okay, this might be kind of okay. And it wasn't until about I got through that one, I was like, that was pretty okay. I'm not having a bad time playing this. This is pretty good. It was when I got to the third island and stuff was like different enough to where I was like, okay, this is really cool. Cause like the third island, like I guess half-ass spoilers, but not really. Like you start fighting like ninjas and shit.
Ooh.
And it's like a snow place and they start like popping out of the snow at you and shit. I was like, this is kind of fucking cool, actually. And you get one of those, I forget the name of it. It starts with a K, but it's one of those like ball and sickle things with like the chain on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You get one of those as a weapon,
like Go-Go in
yes.
Kill Bill.
Yeah. I always think of the guy from he was one of the bad guys in Samurai Champloo at the very end. But same concept. And so you get that, and like there's the master of that weapon and all that stuff, and you do all that shit. But like you then can unlock through the shrines, which I'll talk about because I kind of not sure how I feel about those. The ability to like use that in your stealth assassinations. So like you can like be in the bushes, a guy can be like way out.
Oh,
you can throw that thing at him and it'll drag him all the way back to you. And I was like, that's kind of fun. I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's not fun to me.
Stealth kill and body hide all in one.
Yeah. I was like, this is pretty all right.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. And like it's the combat's still like, it's nothing spectacular. You were talking about like you wish that game had a more of a lock on. Apparently there's in the options you can turn that on and off.
Okay.
There's like I want to say it's like a controller input, but I'm not 100% sure. I know I used it, but like I don't remember if it was doing anything or not. It definitely has spots where you like will whiff and just fucking totally whiff in combat, which is not the greatest. But honestly, the further I went, the more I just started to like really kind of vibe with it. Like I was just like, my favorite bit was toward the very end when they gave me a pistol and I was just doing the most dishonorable shit ever to people. It's even like one of the abilities is like, because I think this was in the first game too, where you do the standoffs and you'd like slice through guys, but like you can unlock an ability to end
to just do the Indiana Jones.
Yeah, like you'll do the standoff, and then at the very end you pull a pistol out and shoot the last guy, and I was like, this is kind of great. But I would do the Indiana Jones too, where like there'd just be like one guy that was just like, I don't feel like fighting this guy, and just shoot him, and it was like great.
Yeah,
that stuff is really fun. It has some shit.
Yeah, I do like, even from the little bit that I've played so far, that they kind of, because one of the big problems with the narrative of Tsushima was that in the story, Jin was like conflicted between being an honorable samurai and being this dishonorable ghost or whatever.
Right.
But then, that was very much a thing of like, but I am playing this game mostly as a stealth game. So like,
right.
He's not conflicted about it there, where Atsu is like, no, I'm here to kill a motherfucker. Like, I don't care.
Any means necessary. Any means necessary.
Yeah.
She is there to get the job done. I really like Atsu as a character a lot, especially as the game goes. She has a really nice arc, I think. And I really appreciate her in some of like the lighter moments of the game too, where it's just like, we need you to go into this bar and play the shamisen, but like, and she's sitting there like, yeah, I'm not gonna, like, you're going undercover, and she's like, everybody's gonna know, look at me, this is not gonna work out, like I am not this kind of girl. It has some shit, man. I came away from that higher than I thought I would be, for sure. The only couple things are, I didn't do everything in the game, because it's a lot. But
and
I didn't.
It feels like, I mean, we had remarked about that with Tsushima, where it's like, I know you didn't do everything, but I did, and I felt regret for that. And
Tsushima was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't plan on doing everything in Yotei.
No. Don't torture yourself like that. I would say I didn't have the same feeling at the end of this game that I did at Tsushima, where Tsushima was like, I got to the third act of it, and I was like, this game should have been fucking done. Like, that should have been it. Yeah. Like, I was so discouraged once, like, they were like, no, but wait, there's more. I was like, God, I don't care. I'm so done. It felt like it took forever. Where this one, it's like, it's not too bad. Like, I mean, there's stuff to do on all those islands, or I call them islands because it's the only best way to describe it. Sure. They're not really islands. There's stuff to do on those, but like, and they're all their own little self-contained thing and have their own little, problems that they're dealing with and all that shit. But like, for some reason, when I got to the third one, I was like, okay, it's a little long here, but I don't feel near like I did at Tsushima. Tsushima, I was done. Like, here, I'm like, no, I want to see how this plays out, and I want to see where this is going, and I'm kind of into wherever it's going to lead.
Well, let me ask you this, because
sure.
Because I think the key is the feeling you get from it, right? So my problem with Tsushima doing everything was that it was like, I remember talking about this on Nerds Without Pants at the time, was like, why did we have so many haiku spots and so many bamboo stands and so many, like, why couldn't it have been that there was like half of each of these, and maybe you add like maybe one or two other things, or just not have as many, right? Where what I've seen so far, and maybe you can speak to it more, it feels that Yotei is more of like, instead of a lot of that stuff, I mean, I know that stuff's still there, but
that stuff's still there. Yeah.
But a lot more of it is, here's a person with a problem.
Yes,
that you can go help them with. And
that is exactly what I was gonna say. Is like, there's a lot of side stuff to do, but it all feels like a lot more organic than it did
because that was the sense I
Tsushima.
was getting.
Where it was like, I'll tell this story. Like, I went into some place, I can't remember what I was. I had to go do one of the main quests, and on the way there, I like ran across this like hideout, and I was like, okay, while I'm here, this is a thing that I have to do for this forget the giant sword man. I have to do it for him, because he's a sensei of the giant sword, which I've already forgot the fucking name of.
Nodachi.
Yeah, I think that's it. That sounds right.
Or Uchikatana.
No, it's not Uchikatana.
Okay.
It was Odachi or Nodachi or whatever it is. I was like, okay, he wanted me to clear this place out, right? Let's do it. So I cleared that place out, and then like I met this character who was like while I'm there, while I'm clearing it out, like I saved them in this place, and they were like, hey, if you want your reward, go to this this like little like inn or whatever that's over here. And I was like, okay, cool. So then I kind of wander around a little bit. I find that inn, and then I find that girl. She gives me her reward, and then as I'm there, like there's a bamboo stand. I do that shit. Then like 2 or 3 people are like, hey, you look like you're a sword for hire. I got some stuff for you. And
nice.
And then they give me these places. And one of them led to this, like, they were like, it was just like a rumor, I believe, or it might have been a bounty. I can't remember exactly, because the bounty board is a big thing. And it was just like, hey, we keep seeing this, like, there's this like ghost or something out near this place. Somebody should go take a look at that. People keep disappearing out there. And I was like, okay, that sounds cool. So I get there, and there's like a storyteller out in front of it, like, hey, probably shouldn't go in there. That place is crazy. And then he like tells me this like story of like, and it's all like drawn out and all that shit. Remember how they did all the legends and stuff like that. And that shit was really cool. And that story was cool because it was like this like general dude who like his daughter had died and all this stuff, and like he was haunting the place, and they did it like really horror game-ish, where like you would go into this cave and like bodies are falling in front of you and shit, and like I walked into some house and like you passed by the window and shit, and I was like, this is great. Actually, this is awesome how they did it.
Yeah. One of my favorite missions in Tsushima, it was a side quest. It was like a there might be something supernatural going on here, right. And they make you think that it is like the whole time that you're doing it. There's really fun.
There's a couple of those here, and I don't think there's as many of them as there was in Tsushima, perhaps, but there's a couple of them here, and they're usually really good.
Yeah.
And I liked that. But yeah, like all that flowed like super organically. Like usually it was either the stuff I stumbled upon randomly because they were like in the way of where I was going, or a lot of times like you're writing and like she'll say something like, oh, something's over there, and you'll go over there and you find some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's just like some random dude just got a hold of me at an inn and just said, hey, you should go do this. That would be cool. Whatever. And it would flow like that.
Justin met a Brahmo at an inn in Ghost of Yotei.
That's about right. But yeah, so like a lot of the times I was just, and one cool thing is when I finished the game, they it does that thing where it's like, okay, we're gonna reset you back to where before you finished it, and here's a list of the stuff that you didn't do yet and you might want to check out. And I was like, okay, nice. Cool. And I went and did that stuff because I was like, you're right, I didn't even know this was here.
Yeah.
So let me go look it up. And they kind of like point you in the right direction of it. I was like, that's kind of nice, actually.
Yeah. Like it's not in your face during the initial playthrough, but then they're like, hey,
hey, this stuff is here. You want to go check this out? And I'm like, yeah. And they even do it in a cool way, which I won't spoil. Like, they even like set you on, they like actually set you on the path of a thing that you might want to check out, I guess.
Cool.
Which I thought was in a really cool way. The only I remember one big criticism I had of Tsushima was like, I had all the abilities I wanted way too early.
Yes.
And I can't remember was Tsushima like the same as this one where you had to find the shrines and shit? Or is that for this game only?
There were definitely shrines.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if that was the only way that you got your ability upgrades.
I don't remember.
I want to say that it was like you would level up and you could select stuff, but then also there were shrines that had additional abilities.
Something like that. Maybe you're right.
I mean, it's been 5 years,
remember.
so I'm not.
This one, you unlock everything by finding the shrines and doing that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them, some of them, like every hideout you clear out, like major hideout usually has one. And then like there are often other little places throughout the world which you can buy from the map guy, which is another kind of neat little thing, is you can just pay, you know, money to be like, okay, here, this guy mapped this thing out. Here's where something is. If you want to go there, go. Yeah. It's cool. But the only thing is like, I liked that and I didn't like that, because at the same time, like I was like, I want to feel like me playing this long is actually doing something, but at the same time, like I hate going and finding some of this shit because I find it annoying.
Sure.
I just want to do stuff. Especially like with the weapon masters, because there's story if you max out all the weapon stuff. And like, so sometimes I'm like, I gotta go to this shrine just to get this stupid like ability that makes this thing do more stagger damage. Like, I don't care about that. I want to get the cool stuff, but I can't because I want to get more story out of it. So it's kind of a push and pull on that.
Yeah, I can see that.
I kind of wish it was just maybe somehow more organic, or the abilities were a little bit, you know, more interesting sometimes. Some of them are really interesting and cool, and some of them are a little less interesting, you know. It's kind of that whole bit. But overall, I really liked the game. I'm not even gonna lie. I liked it a lot more than I like Tsushima, which says something.
Yeah. Because I was definitely way higher on Tsushima than you were, and even that year, I was like, I mean, it was good. Like I remember, like, you know, because that was the same year that Last of Us Part 2 came out, and I was much higher on Last of Us that year. Again, I think because I was like, I overgorged on Tsushima, and I was like so full that even like thinking of it to this day, I'm like, God, like I still remember how full I was.
Yeah, when I got done with Yotei, I felt like I had done everything that I wanted to do, and I was fine. Like that was good enough for me. Like I think I wanted to find one last armor set, and I looked it up where to get it, or even what it was. Because I like went through the achievements at the end. I was like, is there any chance I want to maybe try to do everything? And then I looked and I was like, no, absolutely not. But I want to see what this is. I wanted to see all the bounties. There was one I had to kind of find by like looking it up, because you had to do a certain quest that I didn't do. And so I had to do that, and then it triggered, which it wasn't a big deal. I just wanted to do all the bounties.
Sure.
And the other one was I wanted to find all the armor sets, but then I learned to get the final armor set that I was missing, you had to visit all the hot springs, and I was like, I am not doing that. That's just not going to happen. So I was just like, I don't care about that. But overall, I was just like, I came away like, that was fun. Like, I even went back after I had finished it and did the stuff that cleaned up some of the stuff that I hadn't done and all that shit. And came away pretty high on it. It's pretty good. I had a good time playing it. By no means a perfect game. It definitely, like I said, there's certain bits where I still think it might be a little long sometimes, but that's a lot of that comes from me actually doing the side stuff. If you mainline that thing, I bet it's like maybe 20 something hours.
Right.
So not Tsushima felt like I was mainlining it, and I was like, God, this thing's still fucking going.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
I remember thinking at the time, because I felt this way about a bunch of games where it's like, it needs to be shorter, but I don't know what you cut, because I remember like the end of Act 2 being like really like, I was like, oh man, that was a thing. But then there's still way more. And I remember actually the same year, I remember actually talking to you about that with Last of Us Part 2, where I was like, this game is way too long, but I really don't know where you cut. And I think ultimately for me, a big part of it was I wish that the story was just told differently. Because I think that would have like kept it from wearing on me the way that it did. And then there's a part at the end where it's like, oh, we're still going. Okay. Like I I don't know about that. Maybe that could
Right.
have just been a cutscene with a final battle instead of like.
Yeah.
But then again, there was like some really cool stealth shit in that last part. So yeah. I still think about it to this day. It's like, I don't know what you cut, but
It's tough. Yeah,
it's too
and
long.
That's always a tough call. You know,
Yeah.
that's always a tough call in these types of games. This one, I got to the end of it, and I thought it was great. It ended exactly how I called it. Like I was just like, okay, it's gonna end like this probably, but hopefully it's really cool. And it was cool. I liked it.
Nice.
Ghost of Yotei, pretty good game if you have the time for it.
Yeah. I do want to go back and finish it. I hope that Sucker Punch gets to do something else. And I don't even necessarily need them to do another Infamous.
Mm-hmm.
I would kind of like them to do another new thing because they've proven, right? It's like every time that they've done an IP, it's been great.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily know if I want another one of this or another Infamous where it's like, oh, I bet you guys have some new ideas percolating.
Yeah, I don't think they need to do another one of these. I don't even know what you would do if you did another one of these. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what's left. Because they've covered like pretty different time periods in you know that Japanese history, I guess.
And my thing with like samurai stuff is that like I hate it when it gets like closer and closer to the Meiji era because it's like I want like samurai at like the height of their power and everything. But the problem there from just like a game mechanics perspective is that but then you don't have guns, right? You don't like you're missing out on like just like certain mechanics that wouldn't be around at that time.
Right. Yeah, for sure. The man just shooting the pistol was fun. I absolutely loved cheesing some people where I would just like there would be these big enemies and they're like you're supposed to it always feels like every weapon has a counter to it, right? That you're supposed to use, and they tell you which one it is, which I kind of like. They'll even make you draw it out, like the master of every one of them will like quiz you as he's teaching you stuff. He's like, okay, which one do you get out for this? And you're like, okay, this one. Which is kind of funny. But like the Odachi is supposed to be for like the big, there's like brute type guys that you're supposed to bring that out for, and it's a counter to those guys because they hit hard, and it's supposed to offset that. But I just got sick of doing that, so I would just pistol them the entire. Just sit there and shoot them over and over again.
I mean, that was a fun thing in Like a Dragon Ishin. Like sometimes it'd be like, I'm just gonna shoot a fool.
Yeah. Oh man, just the most dishonorable shit. I loved it every time. And then like I mean they give you a lot of that stuff too. Like your quick fire weapons are really fun. Like the there's that you get kunai in the ninja place, so you can just start you use that kind of the same way. Like some dude just sitting there doing whatever, and you're just like kunai, and then just run up and slash him. Like I'm just like that's there's something satisfying about this. It's a good game, pretty good game. Ghost of Yotei.
Yes. It's honestly a little reassuring that you like finished a game like that.
I honest to God, I was like, all right, let's play this so I can go on the podcast and be like, yeah, I quit playing it. I got wore out on it at this point, right? Like, and as I was going, like, it slowly, like over like 2 days, I was like, I'm kind of having a good time. Like, especially, it took a little too long for me to get like really into it. I think like 2 islands in is maybe like a little too long for like the stealth to start becoming fun with like I said, once you get the little chain grab thing, I was like that's such a game changer for me that it made it really fun. But like it a little too long for me to get that, but it wasn't that big of a deal, I guess. But it made sense in the area because you're fighting ninjas and learning all their tricks and shit. So that's kind of, it did make sense.
Yeah.
Ghost of Yotei, pretty good.
Nice.
The Stage Select is made possible through the support and funding of viewers like you. Here are our wonderful patrons.
Do you have other game stuff?
I have one other game. If you want me to talk about it, I can do that.
Before that,
okay,
let's go ahead and take a minute to thank our lovely patrons. Justin.
Sure, let's do that.
We appreciate all of our lovely patrons, but every week we like to thank the executive producer tier. This week we have Philip P.K. Becker.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Hold on.
Holding.
We have Casey Curran.
We have Exrian.
We have Xavier Krager.
We have Stephen Lobo.
We have David Portnov.
We have Bookie.
We have Matt Jorgensen.
We have Dennis Robertson.
We have Raymond Crum.
We have Eric Peacock of the Soundtracker podcast.
We have Big Baker.
We have Game Johnson of Retrofits.
We have 60X Self.
Huh.
Yeah.
Just 60X Self.
Good for them.
I don't buy it. I don't trust them. There's something going on there. I don't know. That doesn't sit well with me.
Well, Julian, I'm sorry.
We have Addy XD.
We have Dr. Delicious.
We have Bill Ducker of a Gamer Looks at 40. I'm gonna do it with a typo because that's funny to me.
That is funny to me. I read it. I was like, I wonder if he's going to correct it. And then I was worried it was going to get to me. And I was like, should I correct it? I don't know. Finally, we have Blaine Faya.
Yes. Thank you to all of you for supporting the show at the executive producer tier. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
What else did you have on the docket, Justin? Because I have two other things, but they kind of flow into each other.
Okay, cool. We'll let you finish off strong. I have only one other thing that I haven't played like the most of this. I've only had it for about maybe half a day, I guess. I've started Dark Deity II.
Oh yes, I forgot about this. Yes,
on the Nintendo Switch 2 console handheld thing. It was supposed to come out for PlayStation 5 or 4 or whatever. It was supposed to come out for that stuff today. And the day that we're recording this. And I couldn't fucking find it anywhere. And PlayStation, the store just decides not to show the preview of it. So even though I wish listed it and I was like waiting for it, had like I'm going to guess a weird release time because me and Julian looked it up before the show and it did come out.
Yeah.
You can pay money for it now.
But also I had a hard time just finding it to put on my wish list.
Right?
Even just putting in the name, like it didn't want to pop up and I forget what I had to do. I had to I think I had to remove the 2. And
really?
Then it popped
I think
up.
I just typed in Dark Deity and it came up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I did. But yeah, it was a little tough to find. So ultimately I got tired of waiting. I was like, this is because I planned my day around buying that early and was like, that's what I want to do today. That's what I said I was going to do. So fuck it. I'm just going to boot up the Switch and do that.
Not a bad, game to add to your meager Switch 2 library.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like a good Switch 2 game because, you have the handheld and stuff like that. I don't know how I feel about it quite yet. The first impression of it, and it is very similar to Dark Day, the original one when I played it, where it was like, man, this story is generic as fuck. And I can't get over that right now. And it's doing the indie game thing of we have all this stuff we want to tell you, and I can't shake the yeah, but I don't give a shit about any of it right yet. And I'm trying to pay attention, but it's very long-winded.
Yeah, and I wish that because it never does this. I wish that it would zoom out so that I could have a better sense of where we are in relation to other things.
Sure. Yeah. I almost have zero idea of any of that stuff right now.
Yeah. You'll get more of a sense of it the deeper you get,
sure.
but it's still, I would have liked more context for, and part of that might have also been because it is very much a sequel, and I didn't really understand how much of a sequel it was until I was pretty deep into the game.
Sure. Yeah, I have no doubt. I remember that being my big thing when I played the first game is I was like, man, this cutscene is still going. It is still going. And we are still talking. I can't remember if the first one was voice acted or not. I keep thinking it maybe.
You said it wasn't.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was voice acted or not. Let's see if.
And that was the thing for me is that I ended up really enjoying like the. Well, it's weird because like, and I think I told you, previously that like the game is weird about who the main characters are because it seems like it's going to be like other people first, and then it's like, oh no, that they're not, and it's actually like these core like family members.
Sure.
And they really are like the main thing. And I think if the game has any problem for me narrative wise, it's that the other characters get very little time to shine. They each get like their one little moment.
Almost feels like they originally probably designed it with like permadeath in mind, where like, just in case you don't have this character, let's do this, and then they kind of shied away from it.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
It would make sense to me if that was the thing, right?
Yeah.
I kind of like how they handle the death stuff.
It's
so
cool.
Far, like with the little injuries and shit. That's kind of neat.
The penalties are big enough that you don't want to lose someone in a fight,
right?
But not so game breaking that you feel like you need to start the battle over.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, like God, the cutscenes, like they go for a while, and it's a lot of dialogue. There was one voice actor, I don't know who they are. They cracked me the fuck up though. It was a bad guy who just randomly showed up, and I was like, why does this guy sound like Chris Parnell? And he just kept talking, and he was hamming it up so hard. I was just like, this is kind of great in its own way. I'm kind of enjoying that, but like, I don't know. So that's a thing for me is I'm struggling to pay attention to it because how long-winded it is. I'm like, I'm slowly going, I don't know if I care about this. It's a little generic, and it's still going.
See, for me, I really love like Gwen, and I like the way she plays off of Arthur and Reardon.
Sure.
And her arc, I think, is very awesome through the course of the whole game.
And I'm not super far in, so that stuff might grow on me, right?
Have you encountered Benji Best in Class?
No. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, Benji. Yeah, I have him.
Fucking love Benji.
Yeah, he's good in my squad actually. Yeah. he's pretty good. I have him and the main character, Gwen or whatever, as the same class. I have a question because I feel like I'm playing a different game than what you played. I'm playing it on the Switch. I cannot figure out how to bring up like the mapping thing that you showed me, like for all the character classes, because so far it's just been like, yeah, you got these 4 right now.
That's all you have at first.
Okay.
Yeah.
That opens up. Okay.
That is one of my problems with the way they handled the class thing, is that you have your first tier of 4.
Yeah.
And then when you hit level 25 and get another type of currency, then you unlock the next tier of 4, and that's all you have.
Okay.
And
all right.
And it's weird because there's not necessarily like, and I think I didn't delve deeply into this, but some of the characters start as like kind of bespoke classes that not other characters have on their thing.
Yeah.
But also it's, unless you want to be like very, fastidious about it,
right,
you can kind of just freely move between any of the stuff no matter what.
Yeah, and pretty much.
I like a more structured thing for these types of games where it's like, no, this person started as a tank, and then this is the evolution of that tank, and then maybe you get like 2 or 3 splinter classes at the final tier that you decide
Sure.
where you want them to specialize. But like I said, as you get deeper into it with like the weapon runes and stuff like that, that's where you get to really start to customize like what you want your characters to do, and then also the way that you decide to upgrade their abilities, because you know you'll have some things where it's like, okay, this one I think I want to use it more, but the mana cost is way too much, so I'm going to go ahead and reduce the mana cost. But then this one, it would be better if, you know, I use the vampire thing so that I can self heal off of this attack, you know, things like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just wondering if there was like, I always appreciated in some Fire Emblem games when you can go completely off the fucking rails and just make the wrong characters the wrong classes if you wanted to fuck everything up like that. Like,
you can do that here, yeah.
Yeah, kind of, but not really. Like, they all seem kind of in their own ballpark for the most part. Like, they're a little different, but not too different.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I mean, like, you can take Benji and turn him into like. Or no, I don't know if. No, I guess there are.
Yeah, there are kind of
archetype things.
Yeah, they all kind of have like, you're in this ballpark. They have different weapons and a little different stuff, but like for the most part, like Bowman has like 2 different bow classes he can use, or he can be like a thief type thing, or this, and that's really about like that's his lane, and that's what he stays in. Yeah, and that's fine. Okay, so that's not too bad. How you played it? You played it mostly on Steam Deck, right?
Yeah, I played it all on Steam Deck. Yeah.
Okay. Does that have controller controls? Like,
yeah,
because I find the fucking menu navigation just like nightmarishly confusing sometimes in that game. Like, I am constantly fucking it up.
It's a little weird when you're between battles and you're like managing your army.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I got used to, okay, here's like, you know, the main tabs, and then within those tabs are these secondary tabs. Like I eventually got used to it, but there were still times towards the end of the game where it's like, oh, that's not what I wanted.
I'm constantly like, I feel like this was made with a mouse in mind, and I don't have one of those, but they made it work with a controller. Yeah, because I'm constantly like, because everything has like a tab. Like on Switch, it's like, you know, your bumpers will change the main tab or something like that, and then your triggers will change the sub part. I'm constantly confusing the two, so I'm constantly switching to the wrong fucking thing. And then I go to the store, and that has its own switch buttons that are like Y and X or something like that. I'll switch the tabs over there, and I'm constantly just like, I don't know what to press half the time. It's very confusing.
Navigating the store is probably the worst part, especially if you're wanting to sell stuff, or it's kind of an issue.
It's a little confusing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, as far as like the tactics stuff goes, I think it's completely fine. It plays pretty well. I definitely this might be the quickest that I've turned off the battle animations, because at some point I was just like, I don't need these on, honestly.
Yeah, they're so fluid and cool that I really love them. Some of them later on is like, oh, that's fucking rad.
If I get new stuff, I would. I'll do it, but like, and then to see that new stuff, and then I'll see it once and be like, okay, that's good enough.
Yeah.
But I do that in every Fire Emblem eventually. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't need
it's
this.
An immersion thing for me. Like it gets me into the fight, and it gets me kind of hyped up. And also, like, I remember us talking about this with Unicorn Overlord, because for me, like, it was like, it allowed me to see exactly what was going on, and like, okay, that ability didn't fire the way that I was expecting it to. So let me figure out why that's not working the way I want it to. Right. If I was just skipping the battle animations, I would just be like, oh, that didn't play out how I kind of thought it would, but I guess it's fine.
Yeah. No, in that game, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I think I watched all the other ones in that other Symphony of War game, because like, you kind of gotta know how stuff's playing out in that shit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you like Unicorn Overlord, I think you'll really like that game.
Yeah, it's on my Steam Deck, because I want to check that out. That's probably a hiatus game. That game is quite neat.
But like, as far as the tactics stuff goes, it plays completely fine for the most part. I don't know if I'm far enough in to be like, oh yeah, it's really great yet. I turned the turn limit thing off because I just don't feel like dealing with it.
Sure.
But everything else I left pretty much on the basic bitch shit for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's funny because when you beat the game, they give you a lot of abilities to like really customize the game that I kind of wish were there from the get-go. Because you can do stuff like, oh, I want these enemies to be stronger, or I want to make like the way that my character's level, like I want the scaling different, or
Sure.
I want to randomize the loot in the chests. Or there's like a bunch of shit that you can do, and it's like, yeah, I kind of wish that I had all those options available initially, because that I would have turned some of that stuff on.
Then I guess my final question is, do the bonds actually matter? Because they don't seem like they matter that much, other than like giving you extra stuff on the characters' relationships.
The stuff that you get from them, I mean, because you're gonna want
you get the resources, right? I forgot about that.
You get resources, and those become very important.
Those are very important. Yeah.
Money. That's kind of one of the best ways that you get money, but also like the resources for the rings, because those are very expensive.
Right.
And you're gonna want to craft rings. Those are another way that you can really tailor those characters.
Those seem quite good so far. So
like I had for like there was one that I had for Benji, because he was kind of like my main tank, and it was a ring where he had 2 rings. He had one that if he no that was his weapon. If he attacked somebody where they were at full health, which was most of the time that he attacked somebody, it would like double his critical chance, which often was enough to just like one shot people that were attacking him.
Right.
And then he would also like do another thing where like if they attacked him, they would get like bleed stacks on them, like he had thorns and stuff. Like there's a lot of really cool shit that you can do if you really want to take the time to like get it.
Yeah, it's
fiddly with it.
It has enough going on in that aspect that I think it seemed pretty neat. I like I said, the tactics and that stuff I have no problem with. I wish I think my biggest thing with the game so far is I'm not finding anything about the story that interesting, and it's taking a long time for me to get to battles sometimes, because I'm like, I should pay attention to it.
Yeah,
it might get good. I don't know, but boy, are we taking our time to get there.
I think it does, and I think the voice acting is great.
Okay,
and also, so this is a minor spoiler, but do you remember what you did for the first like big choice, like who you decided to like save?
Yeah, I saved the commander guy, or wait. Yeah, who you go into league with or whatever, or what do you mean?
Because they're early on, there's a town getting attacked, and it's like, so you can save basically like the town, which is like where one of the main characters is from, because basically you're told like whoever you go to help, everybody else is going to die, right? And so I was,
okay.
And so I chose to save the town because the main character, well, not the main character, but like the first character that you meet, his parents are from there. But like the other 2 choices were save basically the church leaders, or save like the main political leaders of the area.
Okay, I think I saved the town then.
Okay, so we did the same thing.
The small town guys. It didn't even feel like that was the choice I was being given. But then again, I wasn't. Again, they do a lot of talking, and I will not lie. At a certain point, like my brain just goes, I'm not even listening. Like I have a really bad habit of that.
Like you continue to fascinate me because it's like, because you are a story guy, but then there's times where it's just like I don't give a shit about story, and it's like
you know what I think it is with this particular game. It's doing Fire Emblem so hard that I think my brain just goes, I don't really give a shit about this like wannabe Fire Emblem story.
Yeah. And I think the story is better than the last 2 Fire Emblem. Well,
it's not hard to be better than Engage.
It's definitely better than Engage. I I might put it on par with the story of Three Houses. I'm not quite willing to say it's better than the story of Three Houses. I think it's a better game than Three Houses, but
sure.
I don't know if I'm willing to say that the story is better. That might be a bridge too far.
That's fair. That was a story that I really liked. So yeah, I don't know. I have that, and my big thing as I was playing it and I was thinking about it was I was like, I think if you do this kind of game where you're like, I'm gonna make a Fire Emblem and I'm gonna do my thing. I think if I was doing that, I would go not fantasy. I would go like a different thing entirely, but like make it like cyberpunk, or maybe like some other different like genre other than fantasy, and go that route with it. But it's still have your Fire Emblem Tactics type stuff, but like a different thing, because then my brain would be like, oh, this is different, let's see what they're gonna do here. That would be, like I'd pay attention to it more. Or even if you do a Fire Emblem type story with a different like setting, I'd be way more into that. I'd pay attention to it. I'd be like, oh, that's kind of a cool take that they're taking this and doing this. But this is so like by the numbers so far that like my brain just really starts to tune out on it.
Sure.
And that's kind of where I'm at. But now I'm very early in it and I'm having a fun time with the fighting. So that'll go a long way. So I'm paying enough attention to where I know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely like it was a while before the story like really sucked me in, mainly because like I said, like I kept expecting the story to go in a different direction because like I said, from the very beginning of the game, like, okay, so Saxon is my main character. And then it's like, oh no, he's super not.
No.
But he seems like he's got all the hallmarks of the main character.
He does have main character. Like, yeah, if we were playing a JRPG, like a regular by the numbers JRPG, yeah, that would be the main character. 100%.
Like he had like a rough upbringing. He's got these weird powers that make him a pariah.
He's a JRPG protagonist by the book,
But no, Gwyn is the main character. But then there's even other stuff like surrounding Gwyn where it's like, oh, so it's going to go this way. And then it's like, oh, I guess it's not. And it's weird. Part of that, I guess it might be on me where I was like trying to, I mean, I know you do this too with some stuff where it's like trying to kind of predict where it goes and then like being a little off put when it doesn't go that way. Sure. But if anything, it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. So that is cool. And then when I was really satisfied with the story. But the other thing is that those choices, and part of the reason I want to play it again on PlayStation is I want to do different things because it felt by the end of the game that like the things that I had chosen through the course of the story ended up like really having a big impact towards the end.
I'm sure that seems fascinating because I played today up to where I made another choice with two characters. I feel like you probably know what I'm talking about. Yes. And I was like, that seemed pretty important, what I just did. And I was like, I don't think I maybe made the right choice there, but I want this person, so I'm going to go this route.
Yeah. Did you go with Zanil?
The girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. She ended up being like one of my like clutch characters. Like I built her in such a way where she was just annihilating most people, and then when she would take damage, like she could just do an ability that she would get all of her health back, and I was like, she was like so key to like so many battles. Yeah,
she seems pretty all right. But like I said, so far the tactics are pretty good. I wish it had I almost wish I had more characters at this point, but like,
they're
beggars
coming.
Can't be. I know beggars can't. Yeah, you said that when I asked last time about it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this will probably keep me involved. If anything, like if I end up not liking the story, I'll probably like just playing a Fire Emblem game because I just like those kind of games. So
and as far as like just like as far as just like battle conditions and stuff like that, like they do some cool stuff that I think is a little different than Fire Emblem, where it's not always, hey, annihilate all the enemies, and then the fail condition is that the main character dies. Like, there is a good amount of stuff where it's very, you're doing different shit, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I even like the little like sub objectives too.
Yeah.
Like there's been a few where I'm like, man, that's tough to hit actually. And like I said, I have the turn order off and all that shit. So I was like, yeah, that's still tough to do. You got to kind of plan on it. And there's been a few times where I'm like, oh, I missed that thing because I wasn't there. Sometimes I wish there were like there was one with like these. You had to deactivate these shrines.
They're not super standing out.
They're not super standing out for one, and they put one like right behind the other one. I was like, but that looks like the same shrine. So I didn't. And then like I was like, where's the other shrine at? I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? It's way back there. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll just send this guy back there to do that, and hopefully it'll all go okay. But yeah, that stuff's neat. That's a neat way to do the money and all that stuff. So
yeah,
and
some of those rewards are like super.
Oh yeah,
useful.
no, yeah, for sure. I wish you would get rewards for the training stuff other than leveling, because it seems like it's kind of a money pit, but.
It is, but you can get into a situation where characters start to fall behind. So
sure.
it is useful. And also because like sometimes it might be a thing where you're wanting to try out a new character and then it's like, oh, they're not really fitting into my unit the way that this other character was. But at that point, that character has now missed like 2 or 3 chapters. So you want to get them back up to speed. I will say to the game's credit that if you can get a lower level character to survive in a higher level battle, they'll level up very quickly, which I do appreciate.
Yeah, I kind of almost wish there wasn't a gold sync involved in the training missions. I kind of, or if it was really cheap or something like.
Because gold's hard to come by.
Yeah, I kind of like that about like some of the Fire Emblems where it was just like, yeah, you can just go here and just fight guys and level up if you need to.
Yeah.
Because I kind of like doing that. There's kind of a fun little turn off my brain and make the numbers go up a little bit aspect to it, where this is more like I got to think about it because I kind of need this for some other stuff. So hold on. Or my big thing right now is I'm like, I feel like I'm too early to go into these because what if I get another character and I want to I need to catch them up or try them out or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, because I did like the first one. I was like, I'm going to wait to do the second one now because a man just left. So yeah.
Right.
But yeah, overall, it's very competent Fire Emblem type game. So
yeah,
that's all it needs to be for the most part.
Yeah, and it's been a bit since the last Fire Emblem came out, and
yeah, for sure.
And also that one didn't really satisfy either of us.
Engage was fine. I liked it for what it was, but I wasn't like over the moon about it or anything. Trust me on that.
Yeah. So I think this will scratch an itch that has been there, even if you didn't realize that it was there.
I mean, the last I played the advanced one not that long ago. Forgot which the good one, the one everybody likes on Game Boy, not Game Boy Advance, 3DS. I can't remember. It was when we were doing Nerds Without Pants, I think.
Oh, I mean that was a while ago. Like that was before Engage.
I was living at my dad's, so it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah,
I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, something like that.
I think you might have played it around the time that we played Engage because you were like, I'd rather play this one.
Yeah, I think it was slightly after it, but because I just randomly found it or something like that.
That's coming back to me now.
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah,
and that was fun. Time travel babies, they're great.
They are.
We should do it more often. But anyway, Dark Deity II seems fine.
Yeah, it's pretty high on my list, but
sure.
We'll get into all of that next season. Sure. And then, like I said, I keep thinking, because I've been thinking about Game of the Year a lot for many reasons, because 'tis the season. A lot of people are starting to talk about shit, and Game Awards are coming very quickly. But I'm like, man, my list is gonna be wild, and people are. It's not going to look like other people's lists, so
sure.
It's definitely going to be a thing where it's like I I don't even think that I have a prayer of getting most of this shit anywhere close to the communal list. So
Right. Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
I've already resigned myself to like what could likely be our game of the year. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine with that. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
It's cool.
There you go. There you go.
So I have put quite a bit more time into the Outer Worlds 2 since we last recorded, because I had just started it when we talked last time. I was only a couple hours in. I'm now like 12 hours in.
Okay.
And it was funny because the whole time that I was playing it, I was like, man, I'm kind of like the opposite of what Justin was saying, because like, if anything, I was like, there's not enough to do on this first planet, because at a certain point, leveling starts to become like it's a lot of experience to get to the next level. Yeah. And I started to come into situations where I was like there was a side quest that I was doing for one of my companions. Yeah. And you had to fight like this alien creature. And I went to go fight and I was like, oh, this thing wrecked my shit. Yeah. And I kind of think I want another level. And then ultimately I didn't find that other level. I just ended up like going in there a little bit more prepared.
No, that's totally a thing. Yeah, is that's kind of what I was getting at when I talked about getting into the final area of that, where I was like, I got to the end, I was like, oh, these guys are just stronger than shit, and there was no way I was going to be prepared for this. Where they were like, oh, just come back here with like better equipment and higher level, and I'm like, what better equipment? Where? Yeah. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's kind of what I mean.
Obviously, I know that like there's multiple planets, so it's not. Sure. I can't compare it to like a larger open world game, but it does feel that. I mean, there's some good stuff in there as far as like settlements and stuff like that, and like some fun little side quests. But for the most part, like a lot of it is kind of empty, and there's not actually like a lot of like combat or anything, which I guess is fine, because
I guess that's kind of what I mean, where it's like it's a big area, but there's not fucking a whole lot going on. It just doesn't feel like a lot of the time.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean?
And I have a story.
Okay.
So like I said last time, I kind of went with the polar opposite of my Outer Worlds 1 character, which I played I don't think you can even make a dumb character this time around, which is interesting.
One of the flaws?
Is it a flaw?
Yeah, it's a flaw. So if you give yourself two things, you can make them dumb.
Okay. Yeah. But you can't. Okay. But like, in the first one, I just chose that I wanted to be dumb, right? And I think it was actually like, I want to say that it gave me like negative points in intelligence, and I could use those for like other things, which is cool.
Stuff. Yeah.
But I wanted to be like a scientist character. I wanted to be a smart character, but I also wanted to be like kind of sneaking around, because I was like, this makes sense for this character, right? Like, I'm not going to put a lot of points into combat stuff because they're not about that. And also I took the sickly trait because I was like, that makes sense, right? Like they're not a hands-on type of gal. And so, I'm building my character and things are going fine. I was actually really enjoying like the main conflict of this area, which is that you've basically got the people who are living in this colony who are part of like this authoritarian like dictatorship, where they basically treat their leader like a god and can't question anything. Like their word is law. Versus the corporation who comes in and is like, hey, we're going to bring unfettered capitalism to you, and you have the choice, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's this cool, like kind of, it's like, okay, these people have no freedom, but like, do you really have freedom under the capitalist like corporation who's basically like brainwashing you with targeted advertising and stuff like that? It's a really cool like kind of back and forth that I really appreciate. But the main thrust, and I'm gonna try to be as vague as possible. I don't want to spoil stuff. But you're after a particular person, and you've been told that they have like kind of sequestered themselves in this like high profile like locked down base, right?
Yes.
And so the first part of the game is kind of like trying to figure out a way to get into that place. And obviously, I mean, there's other ways that you can do it, but one of the things is that you probably want to get friendly with someone that can get you in there.
Right.
And you have different choices that you can do. I went with one particular character where it like the stuff that led up to it, I loved, right? So I had to basically like convince a settlement to leave their settlement and join this other town.
That's what that quest would have been then, that it cut me off of because I answered wrong.
Yeah, it was actually pretty neat because there's like, you can either like sabotage them or you can kind of do stuff to kind of convince them. There's different ways that you can go about it. And I loved all of that. That was great.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I was doing other side stuff. I did like that there was like a side quest that I stumbled upon that the reward was a double jump, which is like, oh, you can miss that. That's kind of cool that I found that, especially because it ended up being crucial for me later.
No, yeah. I think you actually need it for a certain, like, there was some place I went and they were like, hey, have you been here yet? Because you should go there. They have this thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And my character was like, yeah, no, I have that. It's fine.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So I did all of that, and then because there was like a handful of quests that I had to do for this person, and then I was like, okay, like you said you were going to help me into this place, like, you know, it's time to put your money where your mouth is, and he's basically like, oh, well, go talk to this person, which was like one of the other choices that I had to begin with, and I was like, that feels shitty, but whatever, it's fine. And so I go to that person, he's like, okay, look, here are my papers, right? Like this will tell people that you're my person, and they will let you in. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so then I'm trying to figure out like, okay, well, where do I go to actually get to this base? And it seemed like there were like 3 different ways to go in. One of them is like, it's a bunch of noxious gas, and I didn't have like the equipment to get through there.
Right.
And then there was like a other path that didn't seem right. And there's a bridge, and I was like, okay, well, the bridge that's where these papers come in. Okay, cool.
Right.
So I walk up there, and so one of your characters is like a corpo character, right? And just having her in my party like set things kind of off to a bad start. And so I was like, oh, are you kind of a liability in my party right now? So I haven't been rolling with them.
Okay.
Because of that. But I started this conversation with the gate guard, and basically it was going to turn like, it was going in a direction where it was like, oh, this is another quest to get past this checkpoint that isn't related to what I've been doing. And basically I was going to have to like turn in a bunch of innocent people for this person to execute. And I was like, well, that doesn't play into what my character's doing, so I don't want to do that. So then I started like exploring more around, and I was like, shit, like I feel kind of stuck because I can't, this one thing feels too strong for me to fight, but I'm not finding any other quests to like level up.
Sure.
And then I found like basically the right path, which is like, because I had the double jump, I could kind of hop across, this stuff. And so then I end up in like this little mini base, which was like another party member's companion quest. And so I snuck into there. Nobody saw me, but I did trespass. And then I was like, this doesn't seem right. Let me just go ahead and go back, because maybe doing that quest for the bridge guard will like get me like the experience that I need to like level up, and then I can go do this other thing. Right. So I basically go back, and then I go talk to the bridge guard, and she's like, I've been told that you've been seen trespassing in our northern areas, blah, blah, blah. It's like, nobody fucking saw me. And then they opened fire on sight. Nice. And I had to reload my save, and I was like, okay, well, I guess that's a no-go. So I was like, all right, no-go, yeah. Let's go this back way. And I did that other companion's quest. That was fine. I got in and out. Nobody saw me. Cool. And then I was like, okay, now let me go up to the main base's place where here is this person that I'm supposed to give this paperwork to. Right. And I give them the paperwork, and they're like, that's not good enough. I can't let you in. Conversation over. Oh, good. And I was like, again, this is like the same thing last week, where I was like, it feels that I have done the legwork to proceed here. And it's like, oh, but you didn't put enough points into speech. And I'm like, but Outer Worlds 1 was like, there were like multiple ways to get through like crucial conversations depending on what you had. Right. And here it was like, nah, you don't have 3 points in speech, so
Yeah.
fuck off. And I was like, all right. And then I found like the very easy, sneaky backdoor, which is like super. It's like the fucking like Death Star port. It's like,
Right.
you guys really should have seen this very obvious, like
Right.
port of ingress into your high security base. And so I was like, all right. I mean, that felt really shitty, but I'm here. I'm in the base. Fine.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, Justin, I have been putting most of my points into stealth.
Mm-hmm.
I've also taken like every perk that I could get that supported a stealth build.
Sure.
Right. And then I even, right when I got into the base, there was one where like, oh, we found a flaw in you, which is that you're a sneaky son of a bitch. And so if you take a 25% hit to your overall health, like you'll get an extra 100% stealth damage. And also like, they won't notice you as quickly and blah, blah. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good trade.
Right.
And so I'm like, all right, here we're in. Let's get in here.
Sure.
Let's sneak around. And I can't fucking stealth kill anybody in this base, Justin.
Yep. That's why I gave up on stealth the first time I did it. I was like, nope, not even going to bother with this.
I don't understand. And I think, because I've got like 345% additional stealth bonus damage. But I think it really comes down to, but your equipment isn't good enough.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I've got the best stuff that I can find.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of variety in the equipment.
Yeah.
And I've got mods attached to my shit to make them even better.
No, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, no, that base, I don't get the scaling on that game. I think it's bad. Either that or you and I are both missing something
fundamental
that we just couldn't find for some reason.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you how I got into there, right? I fucked up with the one guy for some reason because I got cut off from that quest that you did.
Which again, based like your description, that feels really bad because it sounded
bad.
like you were just trying to role play a little bit, and they were like, "Okay, fuck you."
I was just trying to keep my options open, and all of a sudden, and like it wasn't like a fuck you. It was just like a like.
No, the game was a fuck you.
Yeah,
like,
basically.
to you.
Yeah, basically. So I was like, okay, fine. So I just started wandering around and I found the other town that I'm going to guess Westport or whatever.
Yes.
I would have found. And I just walked into there and started talking to those guys. Everybody led me to the main guy and I put it up to him like, hey, I got to get into this place. What do you got for me? And he sent me to this, mech base that had like a gas leak problem, and they wanted me to help them with that, and I get some robot parts to help them fix some stuff, and that's where you get the shield for the toxins and stuff like that. It's like a little gizmo thing.
Okay, interesting.
So just so you know, as soon as you said that, I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's I know where that's at. There's also so wandering back now, mind you, on the way there's a fucking farm that is just full of murderers that will just fucking open fire on you if they see you.
Was a very fun side quest.
Was it?
Yes, because I found the main guy's like distress signal on the radio and basically snuck in to go talk to him, and that was a very fun diversion.
Yes, yeah. I didn't find that one, so that's cool. I just went in there and tried to murder everybody, and they were just fucking kicking my ass. So I was like, I'm gonna stay the fuck away from there. Anyway, on my way there, I also encountered like this like group of bros that were just hanging out, that they were like they worked for the corporation, and they were like holding this like area, right? And because I had points in speech, I was able to, I did a little like side quest where I had to like navigate a minefield.
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and get this thing back. And I convinced them that with that thing on their side, they could charge the bridge. So those guys all charged the bridge with me, and we cleared that. They basically did all the heavy lifting for me in clearing the bridge out. So that's how I got across there. Then I got there, and I'd already done the quest for the guy, and he gave me his papers to get into there. And I talked to a girl outside who was like disposing of corpses or something, and I was like, hey, this guy said you could get me into here, here's all the stuff. And she was like, okay, I think I had to pass a speech check, and I think I did. And they were like, okay, I'll do it, but you're gonna have to sneak in through these dead bodies or whatever. But they got me in there. And then I did all the stuff in there. Oh, actually, no, I got in there and started getting fucking demolished, and it went, fuck this, I don't know what you want from me, I'm turning the difficulty down. So that's how I got through it.
Right.
So I got through all that stuff. Then on the, like, it basically goes, okay, now you got to get out of the base because something big's going down here. And on the way out, I'm like, okay, well, everybody's probably gone, right? No, it just like, they just immediately started opening fire on me, and it was just this giant fucking shootout. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? I should have just shot my way in here. Then I wouldn't have had this when I walked. I was like, what the hell? It felt bad.
That's the thing. It feels bad. And like, I'm not trying to do anything crazy here. Like, stealth is one of the main, it's usually like guns blazing, stealth, or like, super charismatic, like talky person, right?
Yeah.
Those are usually like the three pillars of these types of RPGs.
Right.
I'm like, I'm going the stealthy route. And it's like, I don't understand why I can't stealth the people. I can sneak by them just fine because their perception of me is so low at this point that like I can just sneak around people fine.
Right.
But it doesn't change the fact that like I kind of still have to go guns blazing in every room.
You're still gonna have to do that. You're still gonna like, and there's a boss in that place that you have to fight, and like you have to do you're gonna have to shoot them.
Yeah.
I think you might be able to talk them down, but I wasn't able to do it, and I had points in speech and shit. So yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And I would love for like friend of the show John Gholson or Mike Fallick to chime in on their thoughts on it, because I know they've played the first one multiple times. But my memory of the first one, because I've only played it the one time, was because I remembered seeing like, okay, my character's a moron, but I would see that it's like, oh, here's like three different like ways of getting through this conversation that are grayed out for me because I'm a moron.
And they still have that here, but
well, I don't think that not to
as
the level,
much. Not as much. No, I'm with you. Not as much.
And like, even as a moron, there were places where it's like, oh, I can just like intimidate the shit out of this person because I'm so strong.
Right.
For like, again, the bigger, the more important things, right?
Right.
And it's like, to me, it's like, because like one of the things for the person at the gate where they're like, oh, well, I can't take this guy's papers because he's been branded a traitor. And then I was like, oh, but if you turn me away, like you're gonna like not only disappoint this guy that you respect, but also you're gonna miss out on a way to make your job easier. And I was able to, with my engineering background, tell them a way to like make their job easier. Right. And they're like, okay, well, cool, that helps me with that, but I still can't let you in. And it's like, what do you want from me? Like, this is bullshit. And again, it's because like, well, you don't have any points in speech, and it's like, fuck off. Like, I did all these like, I did all these other quests that are supposed to get me past this person.
Like, that's the thing that I think it fails on fundamentally, is having stats and stuff should be like your way through the world. And like, okay, so you don't have points in speech, so you have to do things differently. Like maybe you have to do a different side quest or something. Maybe you have you get through, like you have to you have a different approach because you built your character this way. But ultimately, you're going to get to your end goal. Where here it's just like sometimes you're not built for something, and the game is just like, well, sucks to be you, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that's what it feels like.
And there's no respecking once you finalize your character in the first like hour.
No. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I don't know, man. I haven't gone back to it, and I don't really feel like I'm going to.
I kind of feel like that might be it for me. We'll see.
Yeah.
I remember having this issue with the first game, and I'm surprised that they didn't address it. I want an ability tree. I want to have more to do than just shoot.
Right.
And it's really weird that that's all that I have. Like I as a sciencey stealthy person, like I want to have like a cool like cloaking system and like some cool like turrets that I can throw out or whatnot, or like a remote dart that like knocks somebody out from across the room. Like nothing like that.
Nothing like that. No.
Your party members have abilities, but I think they only have one, and the cooldown is like, it's not even a cooldown. It's like it has to charge, and like some of it's like this is taking a while to charge, man. I don't know about this.
Use it wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I came out really cold on it when I got done. So.
It's a bummer because I love the first game and I was super excited for this one.
I was too.
Yeah.
I really was. And the more I there into it, the more I was like, yeah, like when I said that it feels like there's a lot of stuff to do as you're walking around, there is, I guess, but like there's more stuff than the first game. It felt like a bigger planet than the first game. The first game felt like that first planet you land on, you do your thing, you find out what's going on, everything kind of like chains together really well. You handle the one thing, you go back to town, you resolve it the way you want to resolve it, and all this other stuff, and that's that. And like it felt like this really it felt like there was a ton of different ways you could go about it and do it. This one doesn't feel like that. It feels like there's simultaneously too much and not enough. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I
and I do agree with you that so far, like the party members are like meh.
Yeah, they're so meh. They're so fucking meh. I think I might have met another one on the next planet, but I'm not 100% sure. And they might be kind of interesting. Or I've met them on the space station afterwards, and I was like, they might be okay. But that space station compared to the first game where there was all sorts of stuff to do felt like so lifeless and bland that I was like, oh, okay, well,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't particularly rouse me into wanting to play more, if I can be honest.
But it had me thirsting for like a first person RPG where I can link around and murder some fools, and I was like, oh, I bought Bloodlines 2. So
you can do that.
So before the show, I played like the first like hour and a half of Bloodlines 2.
Sure.
And that might be what the doctor ordered.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure yet. I already know that like the RPG stuff is way less than even what Outer Worlds 2 is letting you get away with, which is a bummer.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm digging like the overall setup.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Seattle looks fucking rad in this game.
It's cool. It has a vibe to it.
It's got
a
really good vibe to it.
It really does.
Yeah, when you first get down like to the street, like after like you inspect like your little like headquarters and like that music starts to kick up, I'm like,
yeah, oh,
this is something, man.
It's got something to it, man. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
And like I remember watching John Gholson do this, but in the very beginning, like the first person when they teach you how to attack, and you just send that motherfucker flying.
It is pretty good. It is pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, this is making the brain go. Brrr.
Yeah.
And then like it's like the right type of dumb stealth. So far. I did notice right before I stopped playing for the evening what you were talking about, where because I was in a bar and I killed somebody, and like. I killed him stealthily, but people were like on edge. But someone saw the body, so that made sense to me. So I have yet to see what you were talking about, where it's like you kill someone stealthily, but then everybody's aware that there's something going on. I haven't quite seen that yet. But the other thing is that like I'm not familiar with Vampire the Masquerade, so I'm not gonna remember the name of the clan that I picked.
I'll try to remember for you.
But the one that I picked is like kind of goes along with my stealth build and stuff like that, where like the first ability is like, yo, kill yourself. And I'm like, that's
cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Like, and you know, because at first I was like, oh, you need like 3 charges of blood to do this ability once. But then I was like, but this is a really strong first ability, because it's just
Right.
like I just point at someone and then he just like breaks his own neck, and I'm like, yeah,
That is pretty cool. Yeah, I had my first ability was Knife Hand, which was really nice when I got to like boss fights, because it would just take out like almost like half a health bar.
Nice.
Like every time I used it, I was like, I'm kind of glad I had this, because like the boss fights are kind of a thing in that one. That's a kind of a downturn on that game, is like eventually you got to fight somebody. So if you build towards stealth, you kind of get punished for it eventually. So be careful about that.
Yeah. And I do like that you can like, you're not locked into just the skill tree of the clan you pick.
No,
like,
you can
branch.
Yeah, you can branch and experiment with stuff and kind of go like, okay, this is how I want to play this exactly. Yeah. And I really did like that.
Yeah.
Again, it's definitely not a perfect game, but I had a good time with it. And like, have you done any of the vampire detective stuff yet?
Not yet, but even just like talking to him in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm digging this whole like dichotomy.
That's where that game shines to me. I'm like, I really wish they would have done a whole thing with just this.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's that good and that interesting. I actually, I'll talk about it. I only played it a little bit. I tried out that other Vampire the Masquerade game that came out a while ago called Swan Song. I tried it for like an hour.
Is that more of the visual novel one?
No, man, that is a wild one. It's almost like a Telltale game, but like it's got way more than I thought it had going on. Like you walk around and stuff, but like, man, it's weird. It is real weird. Like you're doing like verbal battles with people. Like it's almost like you're doing dice rolls and shit to like, you gotta like, I don't know how to explain. I got to like very quickly where I was like, this is too much, actually. I'm gonna like, I love this kind of stuff, but I don't know what the fuck. Cause like every single thing I tried would always fail. And I think that was the game teaching me like how these things work or trying to, but I was like, I don't know. This is a lot. Like, I feel like I'm doing bad, but maybe I'm supposed to be not. I don't know. It was a lot.
Yeah.
So I didn't go much further with it. Maybe I'll try it again down the road. But it was interesting. I'll give it that much. It had some shit going on. I keep thinking John played that one.
He's played a handful of whatever, like, because I know that some of them are visual novels, and because he was like going through them when I was at his place when I gave him this one.
Yeah, a bunch of them are visual novels. This one is like, it feels like I said, it feels like a hardcore ass Telltale game.
Yeah.
It was different, but like they were talking about like, oh, sometimes you're gonna have to feed on people and all this other stuff. I was like, when and how does this game work? I'm like, this is weird. So yeah, I was like, I don't know if I'm into this right now, so I kind of put it aside. But it was different. I'll give it that. But yeah,
I definitely want to see more of this one, and because I want to kind of see how like conversations are going and stuff like that. I know that it's way stripped down compared to even Outer Worlds 2, but also the original, and I do hope that one day someone does remake the first game, because I would really like to play that first game.
I think that's where the money's at. I was thinking about that the other day, is like somebody should really go in and remake that for his,
I'm surprised they didn't lead with that.
That's probably where they should have, honestly. Yeah. But they went straight to sequel, and I'm like, yeah, but I mean, Vampire the Masquerade, outside of video games, has a name. Like, people play that. Like, Lonnie played that in real life and has stories about that he's told me that are very funny, actually.
Yeah.
But like, so it does have, legs. So, and people, but at the same time, I think the money's in remaking that first game and, cleaning that thing up and making it playable, if anything.
I'll even take like a Night Dive stab at that, where it's really just, it's not a remake so much as it is just like, we remastered it, we got it working, and you can buy it on modern platforms.
It's exactly. And it plays how how it was intended to play. That'd be perfectly fine, you know?
Yeah. Because I don't know enough about modding to get that original working on my setup,
Right.
so I'm not even going to bother.
I think if memory serves, I think it's like a pack you download and it just does it. But I don't know. I've never done it myself. So yeah, it might be a lot, you know. But
I do remember listening to Square Roots when they covered it. I remember them having like a bear of a time.
Oh, I believe it.
And
yeah,
like not just getting it to run, but then once it was running, it was like almost every episode was like, yeah, well, then ran into this shit, and
right.
This didn't work.
Oh,
and
even with all that stuff, it's still very buggy and messed up. So yeah,
unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate. Exactly. So yeah, I think that would have been personally the smart move would be to do that, but I don't think there's any tie. It's weird because it's Bloodlines 2. I don't know if there's actually any tie-in to the original game that I know of or could tell. But I didn't play the first game because so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for me with games, but I did check out some movies. Most importantly, I got to go see Fuck My Son with person in Fuck My Son, friend of the show,
Nice.
John Gholson.
Right.
Now, I think I've mentioned this one before. This is they say it's rated X. John was telling me that that's not really a thing anymore, but it's just kind of a thing that they're using for like the marketing.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
But it is a movie that is not intended to ever get a home release, and it's not going to get a traditional theatrical release because they don't have there's no way they could get distribution for it. Once you see it, you'll understand why that wouldn't be a thing.
Right. Yeah.
So what they're doing is like the roadshow thing where it's just kind of touring for like different dates and stuff like that. If you've seen the trailer or you've heard about the original comic, I mean, it is a gross out type of movie. It is a very, very low budget thing. It is extremely puerile and like immature on purpose. Like I was telling John, I was like, I kind of appreciate that like someone was like, I like boobies and I like cuss words and I like gore, and I just wanted to make a movie with a bunch of boobies and cuss word and gore because that I mean it really is that like there's a part where it's like it's completely unnecessary, but the name of the game is gratuity, right? Or gratuitousness.
Sure.
So like there's a part where there's a peeping Tom in like this like changing room at a clothing store.
Okay.
And it's just an excuse to show a bunch of titties while this guy is like singing this song about peeping on women.
Okay,
but
why not?
It's very funny. I found the movie to be very funny. I didn't find it to be nearly as gross or as off-putting as I had heard people talk about. Honestly, it's kind of one of those things where it's like if you tell me that, I'm going to be like, oh, okay, so you're just kind of weak.
Sure.
Because like honestly, like I think Terrifier 2 and 3 were like way harder watches.
Okay.
Than Fuck My Son is.
Okay.
Now that may change if you're a parent, because like this is one of those rare things where they're like not afraid to fuck with some kids in ways that I thought was very funny. Like if you can't handle a kid getting chucked across a room and thrown into a wall, but it's obviously like a dummy getting thrown.
Sure.
And you don't find that shit hilarious, then maybe this isn't the movie for you.
Yeah, that might be it. Who knows? I don't know.
But I was thoroughly entertained. And as such, I want to give any listeners every opportunity that they have to possibly see this movie if it's in their neck of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
So I got they give you like a little card. They didn't. I mean, it was there at the draft house. I just grabbed one. But from when this episode is coming out, November 14th and 15th, it is going to be playing in Chicago, Illinois. November 22nd in Wind Gap, Pennsylvania. November 28th and 29th in Dallas, Texas. December 5th and 6th in Seattle, Washington. December 12th and 13th in Atlanta, Georgia. December 19th in Toronto, Ontario.
Canada.
Yeah, like getting, you know,
International.
what about, who cares about tariffs? Then December 26th and 27th in Phila, Pennsylvania. Phila? I don't know. Probably Phila.
Is that supposed to be Philadelphia?
It's probably Philadelphia. I don't know why they abbreviated it like that. Thank you.
I don't know either. Yeah.
Yeah. Look.
It's okay, Julian.
Y'all listened to me for a while now. You know what I'm about. And it's not smarts. And then last on the current tour, January 2nd and 3rd of 2026 in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh.
And then I did get to meet the director before the show, and I guess he was telling John that like they are looking at like, you know, where it goes from there for next year and stuff like that. But right now, like these are the only chances to see it.
Interesting.
So if you're in the neck of the woods and you want to watch like just like something to tell stories about,
why not?
Know, like go check out Fuck My Son, and then, you know, friend of the show John Gholson is in there, but I'm not going to tell you what he's doing in there because that's part of the fun. It was pretty neat because like when we got to the draft house, there were a bunch of people coming out of the show before the one we were going to, and a lot of people that John knew, and they're like, "Hey, we just saw you."
Nice.
And that was my first time seeing him on the big screen, so that was nice. I've seen him in movies, but they were on my TV, so it was really fun to see friend of the show John Gholson on a big old screen.
I watched him on my telephone when I watched the trailer for the Man Finds Tape or whatever.
Yeah,
which was a cool trailer. I want to watch that movie.
Very exciting that like they're building the whole like hype around like his character and his performance.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah,
yeah. Apparently, like one of the hashtags that they're wanting to promote for for if you're tweeting or posting about it is that's the blessing, which is like one of his lines. It's like, man, that's fucking rad, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very, very excited and proud for John Gholson.
Absolutely.
Let's see. I also watched. I can knock these out real quick. I watched Talk to Me at John's recommendation, mainly because John wants me to watch Bring Her Back, which came out this year, which is from the same like writer and director, I think.
Yes.
But he was like, you should probably watch Talk to Me first. They're not related, but they have a certain like they're kind of a piece. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I rented Talk to Me and watched it. And I thought it was fine. The premise, I had to realize who the characters were to get behind what's going on in the movie. So the premise of the movie is that this person has this like, it looks like a ceramic hand. It's like forearm going into a hand that you can kind of prop on a table. And it's almost like it's shaking your hand.
Sure.
And what you do is you grasp the hand and say, "Talk to me." And when you do that, you see a ghost.
Okay.
Like right in front of you. And then if you say, "I let you in," they possess you and kind of talk through you, and you can ask them questions and stuff like that.
Okay.
It is freaking scary when it's happening because they like their faces get all like it looks like they're getting wounded, and like their eyes go black, and they're like convulsing, and it's clearly not their voice coming out of their mouth. And I'm like, the only way that I can buy that you would see this happening in front of you and say, "Hey, I want to do that too," is if you are part of Gen Z or Gen Alpha, because they don't give a fuck.
That's fair. Yeah.
Right? Like there's been so much shit that they've kind of grown up with that I was like, okay, I can totally buy them just being like, yeah, like let's do it for the TikTok.
Right.
Like because that's what it is. Like they're filming each other like going through this shit.
That makes sense.
And any other generation, I would be like, no one would do this.
Right.
And the main character is black, and I'm like, especially a black main character.
I have that a lot with horror movies where I'm like, no one would at first sight you would just be like, no, okay, I'm leaving. I'm done. You know, that's it. But you know, here we are. We're just gonna keep going. Fine.
But it does have some pretty good scares. I told John that I felt that it was like it felt like a very high quality Tales from the Crypt episode.
Okay.
And I was like, I wasn't upset when it was over. Like I was like, oh, that was a good time. Like it's
sure.
nothing to write home about. But I've heard that Bring Her Back is like kind of next level shit. So
okay,
I'm looking forward to checking that one out. I know
Kim liked it. I remember that's when she's watched. She told me about it. So yeah,
talk to me or bring Her Back.
Both of them. She likes both of those movies.
Okay.
But I know I know she watched Bring Her Back and enjoyed it. So yeah.
And then I checked out Prey on Hulu.
Prey.
So Prey is a funny one because when it came out, I got very excited because I was like, did somebody do a movie adaptation of the 2007 Xbox 360 game? Because I saw that the main character was Native American.
Okay,
and like that's the the main character in the original Prey is Native American.
Yeah.
Because the Prey that came out from Arcane is like, it's the only thing that it has in common is the name. Like there's nothing else like connecting it to the original game.
Right.
And then I found out that it's a Predator movie, and I was like, oh, I don't care about that at all.
Yeah.
And so I proceeded to just ignore that movie. But I saw the trailers for Predator Badlands.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I kind of want to check that out. And I see that it's from like the same people who made Prey. Maybe I should watch Prey. And I should preface this with I'm not a Predator guy. Like,
sure.
I've seen the first two movies twice. I know I saw Predators. I don't even know how many Predator movies there are. Like, let me put it that way.
To be honest with you, I don't either. I know there's Alien versus Predator at some point.
I saw the first one, and I don't know if there's 2 or 3 of those, but I've only seen the first one.
I don't know either. Yeah.
Yeah. Just not a franchise that it's weird. It's not a franchise that I care about, but I do feel oddly like I get kind of oddly bent out of shape when they redesign the Predator. And like in this movie, like they redesigned the Predator, and I'm like, what, man? Why'd you make him? What? That helmet sucks compared to like the regular Predator helmet,
right?
Like,
yeah,
and it just doesn't look as cool as the Predator that I know, and it does feel like a little bit of like pro wrestling, right? Because like in the past, because of Vince, like everybody was like big and muscular because that's what Vince liked,
right?
And then as time has gone by, like wrestlers are overall like slimmer, a little bit sleeker, smaller overall or shorter,
right?
And here it's like same thing. It's like I like the beefy like bodybuilder Predator, and this is not that.
Sure, yeah.
But the premise is that like it's basically like the first time that a Predator lands on Earth, and it's I think it's in the 1700s. It's like a Native American tribe that ends up running afoul of the Predator.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty decent movie. It's got its moments,
sure,
but then as I was getting towards the end of the movie, I was like, this only exists to explain why the Predator has a pistol at the end of Predator 2, isn't it? And then I was like, fuck, man, like I don't need that. I don't care. Like
somebody needs it, Julian.
It was like fine to just be like, oh, the Predators have been here before. Cool. That is a neat backstory to have. I don't need that drawn out into a 2-hour movie.
Well, somebody did.
Somebody did. It's look, like we really want you to know why Han Solo has these dice in the Millennium Falcon.
That's
so
right.
Like we're gonna explain to, and I like Solo, but it's like you don't need to explain every goddamn thing. You can just let people infer or just or just imagine. Just imagine how it went.
That's kind of what a lot that mystique is what kind of adds to characters sometimes, because you kind of wonder what the story is there, and it's fun,
Yeah. That. Yeah, and I enjoyed the movie just fine.
Sure.
But when I realized like what its purpose was, I was like, get fucked. Like it kind of goes in with like a lot of the nostalgia stuff I've been talking about lately, where it's like it's okay to just kind of let stuff lie, right? Like I don't know, man.
What year was that one?
Oh, it's like I want to say it might have been like a 2020 or 2021. It might have been a pandemic movie.
It might have been. I'm just curious. I'm gonna look because I remember it. Not the more you talked about it, the more I'm like, oh right, I kind of remember this coming out.
Yeah.
It was 2022.
Okay. Yeah. Because that was the other thing too. Is like I remember it being like, you know, it didn't come on theaters. It was like a Hulu exclusive.
Yeah.
Or is a Hulu exclusive.
Yeah,
still.
it seems like it still is.
Yeah.
It's like, well, 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's
it's not a bad movie. Like
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I was just like when I got to like when the pistol came out, I was like, right, because the Predator gives Danny Glover a pistol to like reward him for like besting him, and it's like this is the same fucking pistol, isn't it? I didn't go to confirm that, but I'm like I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and like I try not to go to movies with like preconceived notions, but my main reason I want to go see Predator Badlands is so I can come in here and talk about how it feels like it's just a prestige like PlayStation 5 game. Because that's the vibe that I get from it.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, absolutely.
Like I can totally see controlling this character in third person from way too zoomed in with this android on the back doing the talking.
On your back. Yeah, talk. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then the last thing that I checked out just very quickly, because I was just kind of in the mood for, I don't know what I was in the mood for, but I was just like kind of scrolling through movies and I was like, oh, Psycho Goreman.
Yeah,
I wanted to see that because I really loved Manborg. It's a movie that has a special place in my heart. Manborg is a very low budget sci-fi movie that is extremely dumb. And it feels like the person who made it, they were like, yo, I really like the 90s.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
And I especially love Mortal Kombat, and I want to have this like weird sci-fi movie, but that also feels like Mortal Kombat in a strange way.
Okay, why not?
But it's kind of great at the same time. And Psycho Goreman was this like filmmaker's follow-up movie, and I fucking loved it.
Nice. Yeah.
So the premise is that like this, like in the far-flung past, this alien was like just this terror across the universe, enslaved a bunch of planets, killed a bunch of people, was like the Dark Lord everywhere. No one could stop him until one day he was stopped and imprisoned, never to be seen from again, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Okay.
And so then you flash to Earth with these two like siblings. The main character is the little sister, and she's a fucking asshole, and it's great.
Okay.
She's such a piece of shit to her brother.
Right.
And like the starts out like they have like this own like sport that they play together. It kind of reminded me of Calvin Ball from Calvin and Hobbes.
Sure. Okay.
Where it's just like a bunch of weird ever evolving rules.
Right. That's how it goes.
But she ends up beating her brother, and like his penalty is he has to dig in the yard for some. Oh, I think he has to bury himself alive. Like that's how much of an asshole she is, and he just goes along with whatever. Great performances by both of them.
Okay, good.
And but while he's digging his own grave, like they come across like the basically like the jewel that controls this alien, and I forget how he gets free. I think it's when she gets the jewel, he also comes out, but they don't see him initially. Anyway, long story short, she can use this gem to control this like super powerful being. Right. And so it ends up being this thing where she's like, oh, you have to do whatever I say. Like, I'm going to like take full advantage of this. And she has him do like a bunch of dumb shit and stuff like that. But also she's not against like, hey, kill my brother. And then she's like, wait, stop. Never mind. I was just joking. Like, you know, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But the whole time it's like she's befriending this alien that she decides to name Psycho Goreman, or PG for short.
Okay.
And, you know, she'll be like, you know, something like, oh, I love you, Psycho Goreman. And he's like, I really wish that you were dead. Right. And it's like this really like fun, like thing where he's like, as soon as I get free of this, like I'm going to like annihilate your entire civilization.
Right.
But meanwhile, he's also she dresses him up like, the main character from Jurassic Park, like the blue button up with like the red kerchief and the hat.
Right.
Like it's very funny, but then the other aspect of it is all of the special effects and all of like the creature designs are super Power Rangers.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
And there's a part where he gets into a fight with like a bunch of aliens, and it is straight up like a Super Sentai fight,
Like
but
the
with
sparks, the sparks are flying
sparks
everywhere.
And,
oh
yes,
yeah,
it
awesome,
is
perfect.
And they're doing like over the top martial arts moves, and it's like I don't think that like these aliens should know. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but it's also kind of cool. It's a very fun, dumb movie. So highly recommend Psycho Goreman.
That does sound kind of fun. Yeah.
And then John was telling me, because I told him that I saw it, and he's like, oh, well, he also did the remake to Deathstalker that just came out. And I haven't seen Deathstalker, but it's basically like he wanted to make a modern like take on the 80s sword and sorcery craze.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I'm like, I had actually seen the trailer for Deathstalker. I just didn't realize that that's what was going on. But I'm like, yeah, I'm super down to see that because that looks like a lot of fun. Because I like me a dumb 80s sword and sorcery thing. Although I did watch a review of it, and apparently, like, it doesn't have all the TNA that those movies were known for. And
Well,
a little put out about that. But
it was a different time, Julian. It was a different time.
Have I told you about Fuck My Son?
Yeah, you did. You did.
That's it for me, though, Justin.
Oh yeah. Let's see. What did I do watch wise? I think so. I finished my Friday the 13th Nightmare on Elm Street journey. Well, we did.
Seen them all now.
We've seen all of them except the only one we didn't watch because I forgot to watch it and I don't really feel like watching it now is the Nightmare on Elm Street like remake that they did. I don't really care
I
about
wouldn't
that.
count that one.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother.
It's like I was telling you with Terrifier.
Yeah,
you can't have Freddy Krueger without Robert Englund.
Yeah,
you just can't.
No, you can't. So there are a couple so let's see. We watched, I think the day after the podcast came out, we watched Jason X, I want to say, which is Jason in space. Yeah. That movie's hilarious. The entire time you're watching it, it feels like a sci-fi original movie. Like it just everything about it just feels like that. It's kind of nuts.
Is it? So I've only seen little bits and pieces of it. Does it feel like it's a parody of itself, but
yes,
kind of on
very
purpose?
Much so. Yeah, it feels like it is. I don't know. It's Jason somehow. So he murders the pilot of the ship that he's on. The concept of how he gets into space. Okay, somehow, they tried to kill Jason. They can't do it. They figure out that like we just can't kill the guy. Okay, we've tried and tried. He just keeps coming back, which is what happens, and that's just it. So what do? Let's cryogenically freeze him, and we'll figure it out, in the future. So as they go to do it, of course they fuck up. And Jason stabs the lady who's trying to do it in an emergency situation, mind you. She was under duress during the cryogenic freezing. And somehow that makes the cryogenic freezing take place with everything in the room. So she gets frozen and he gets frozen. And then years down the line, which I don't think that's how that would work, but whatever. I was immediately like pretty sure that's not how that would work, but let's just go with it. Then years and years later, it's space times, and the ship comes and they take Jason. They don't know what they have, and all that stuff. And we're off to the races. Basically, Jason unfreezes and starts murdering right away. Has a really cool kill right in the beginning of it with involving liquid nitrogen. I enjoyed that very much. That was like probably the most creative thing they did in the entire movie, really. But yeah, like okay, so he kills the pilot of the ship. And then the ship crashes into an entire space station. And I'm like, Jason just committed a genocide of sorts. like unknowingly, of course, but fuck it. Oh man, that movie is wild. It's kind of funny. I think the most like notable actors in it, I can't remember. The one, okay, you remember 300, Julian?
Mm-hmm.
You remember the guy who gets kicked off the cliff because this is Sparta.
He's also one of the main guys in the Spartacus TV series.
Yeah, he's in Jason X. And I think Cronenberg's in it for like a hot minute. Because he's like on a call with a guy. But really that's about it. The rest of it, just like I said, it feels like a sci-fi original motion picture, but like it's kind of fun in its own stupid way.
even a sci-fi original will get you like an Ian Ziering.
Yeah, it's fine. It was fun. I had a good time watching it. It just laughed the whole time. They have a couple really good comedy bits with like they have a VR thing, and they like at some point Jason becomes Super Jason somehow, and so they can't stop him, so they trick him by putting him into VR at Camp Crystal Lake, and like there's just like teen girls who are like, we're gonna have premarital sex and get drunk, and like they're just like playing off the tropes. I'm like, that's
it is
pretty
a parody
good.
of itself.
That's pretty good. I have to say that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
by that point we're talking about like, what, it's like 20 years of Friday the 13th movies at that point, something
like that. I'm not even sure.
That was like an early aughts movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, you're right. So then
very different time is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, very much so. We then decided to finish the Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. We watched 5. I don't remember much about Nightmare on Elm Street 5. But the one I did find Freddy Was Dead. That was the one that it was. Nightmare on, I think 5 is Freddy is Dead. Something like that. The one that I did find fascinating, and this almost is like a thing Wes Craven seems to like to do a lot. One of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies is called The New Nightmare, or New Nightmare, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it is essentially like they have the actors from the original Nightmare on Elm Street, at least like they have Robert Englund is playing Robert Englund. The girl that plays the main heroine in the first movie is playing herself. And like they're like Wes Craven is writing a new script for a Nightmare on Elm Street movie because everybody wants to see Freddy come back. And that's what the movie's about. It's but like also Freddy is actually coming back in real life. And I was like, this is weird, but I'm into it.
Yeah.
It was so different. It wasn't like the scariest movie or anything like that, but it was fascinating. That he was like playing on the tropes and all this shit, and it was neat. Then we watched Freddy vs. Jason. That movie is fun. It's real stupid. Not the greatest thing you'll ever see, but fun. Had a couple parts where I was like, it was interesting having watched everything, because there was a couple things that, like, having watched everything and knowing all the lore and having like it being fresh in my mind,
right?
I'm like, this actually doesn't make any sense to me, because like, okay, so Freddy is very strong because he can get you in the dream and he has control over everything, so he can't really do much. So he gets he gets Jason in there. And the entire setup is Freddy brings Jason back to life because he doesn't have any power anymore. So he needs Jason to start killing people for him so that he can get the power for himself. So he can start coming back and doing it himself. That's the setup. It's dumb, but that's the setup. So eventually Jason starts killing way too much, Julian, just way too much. And so Freddy's got to put a stop to it. Basically he steals one of Freddy's kills, and that's not okay with him.
Sure.
So we have to fight each other. So he gets him in the dream, and they're beating each other up. Stuff. It's you know, he's stabbing Jason a lot. Jason's like, yeah, that's fine, whatever, as he does, and then he figures out that he's like afraid of water. And I'm like, that's markedly untrue. That's bullshit. I'm like, that's not true. He lives in a fucking lake. He's not afraid of it. Like, he was like,
he developed a complex being like, you know, sequestered in the lake multiple times.
And it's only that lake. Julian, he swam to fucking New York, man. He swam there. That's how he got there. He like, I don't know if he swam, but he like walked underwater or some shit. He doesn't give a fuck about water. What are we doing? Like, I that was like the one part I was just like, what the hell? That doesn't make any sense. He's not afraid of water. Like, he has to go into Crystal Lake specifically because that is like, it's like where it's like his home, and he calms down and you chain him up and it's fine. But you have to like, you know, do some shit to get him in there. It's a whole thing. Anyway, but anyway, it's a lot of dumb fun. They're just beating each other up and stabbing each other. I won't spoil it. Who wins? I don't think really anybody does.
That's the thing. Whenever you have these versus movies, is they always do it as a cop out at the end, right?
Yeah.
Like, Godzilla versus King Kong, right? It's like there's never a true winner. You never get a true winner with Goku and Vegeta because like people are too invested on either side. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if I had to say who won, Jason kind of gets the last shot on Freddy, and it's a whole thing. So I guess maybe he wins, but then again, maybe not. I don't know. The kids have to get Jason on their side because Freddy's too strong. It's a whole thing. It's dumb. It's a dumb fun movie though. I had a fun time watching it.
Nice.
So then immediately after that, we were, you know, just kind of letting whatever Amazon Prime demands that you watch afterward play, and it just happened to be the Scream movie. The movie Scream, the original one from like 96, 97, 98, somewhere around in there.
95?
I think it's 96. I just had all this stuff up too. But anyway, the original Scream. Yeah, 1996.
Okay. 30-year anniversary next year.
Yeah, indeed. So we were just like, oh yeah, let's watch that tomorrow night. So we watched that the next night, I believe. We started the Scream series, and we watched the first one, and I really like those movies. I haven't watched them in a long time. I watched the original. I remember watching the original. I know me being a coward and not liking horror stuff. I know that sounds crazy, but I remember I had a friend who really was into that stuff, and I remember them wanting to watch Scream, and I had free pay-per-view, so that's where we watched Scream.
Yeah, I mean it was like it was a whole thing. Like that Scream kind of took things over in a way, because like I remember that being like the kind of the kickoff of like new horror. I remember that distinctly. Like it was like this is like the new shit.
Yeah,
because you know we're done with that Freddy and Jason shit. Like this is the new thing.
Yeah, they're fascinating movies because they all have a mystery element to them. And it had been long enough since I'd seen them that I kind of forgot like who exactly was doing everything. Mm-hmm. And it's neat how they did it. Like they play off the tropes really well. They kind of they're funny movies, but they're not at the same time. Like they're good. Like I was pleasantly surprised. Even the sequel, like which I'd only watched the beginning of the sequel because I think again I had free pay-per-view, and I remember why it came on after something I was watching. Cheat boxes were fun. I remember watching the opening of it, but I never went beyond that. But watching that movie, I was like, wow, for a sequel, like they're making fun of like all the bad sequels that there ever were and all this stuff, mm-hmm. and going over like, oh, well, you have to do this in a sequel and blah, blah, blah. And it's neat. And then like still has the whodunit aspect. Maybe not as cool of a reveal in this one and two, but like still, it's a really good movie overall. Like that's a cool franchise. We're now watching the third one, which is apparently the worst one of the entire franchise, which is interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I watched that first trilogy and I saw each of them exactly once and I enjoyed them all, and then just proceeded to not pay attention because like it's like a long gap between 3 and 4. Like it's like at least 10 years, if not longer.
Yes, I believe you're right. And then eventually 5 comes out and it's just called Scream. Like they almost like remade it, but it's not a remake. It's a new movie.
A sequel. Yeah,
it's weird. So yeah, because
I've completely lost track of like how many there are. I know there's a new one that's like there. I think it's either coming out or they just had the trailer for it or something. But
right.
I have not paid attention. I was just like I always felt that like 3 was good. Like that was a good. Like the story was told.
They did the trilogy and all that stuff. Yeah, no, I'm fascinated to see where it goes after that, though. I really am. So
me too.
Yeah,
maybe maybe it's a Fast and the Furious scenario where it ends up going places that you didn't imagine. Like
it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible.
I cannot wait for the next Cinemorons. I'm so excited to show you Fast and Furious.
I don't know if I share in that enthusiasm or not yet. But yeah, like it's a fact. If anything, I like those movies because they're constantly like mystery movies at the same time. Yeah, like I enjoy a mystery and trying to guess at who the killer is and shit like that. And they play. I really loved how the sequel played on what your expectations were, even with the characters. Like the characters are like, okay, well, this happened last time, so this is probably going on this time too. Mm-hmm. So okay, this happened to this guy, that seems fishy, and like all this other shit. And it's like it's good.
Yeah,
good movies.
What was I watching recently where it was like, because they were playing into like the horror movie tropes. They were like, oh, I thought that you were the final girl, but you're not the final girl. Or, oh man, what was that?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, it was actually that movie that I didn't like all that much. That's why I'm not remembering it. There was this movie that I watched that I think I just mentioned it by name, where it's like a bunch of like vignettes, and it's based around like the main framing device is like this, like it's like a throwback. Like it's set in modern day, but it's a retro rental store.
Oh, okay, sure.
But one of the stories is like it's going through like all the tropes, and they think that like the main girl is like the final girl, but then they find out that she's like not a virgin. They're like, oh shit, like I thought you were the final girl.
Yeah. But yeah, fun horror movie times over here.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, like it continues until I say it doesn't. As far as spoopy time, it's like it continues until I'm not in the mood anymore.
That's Kim's favorite genre of movie, so that's what we watch a lot of. So.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. A lot of I won't lie. There's a lot of I appreciate the type of schlocky horror, like watching like Friday the 13th movies, like was fun because I could totally tune out a lot of the time and still know what's going on. It's not a complicated plot at all.
Yeah.
The one funny thing about those movies that the superpower that Jason has that nobody ever talks about is his amazing ability to set up dead bodies to fall at just the right time when he's chasing the last victim. It's incredible. Like the sense of setup that he has for that shit is insane. Like that's his real superpower that nobody talks about. It's not
superpower. He has access to the time travel phone booth from Bill and Ted. He just tells himself, remember a trash can. Remember and then he sets it up after the fact.
It has to be because like it's so perfect. Like they just fall out of trees at just the right moment as they're going. Oh man, it's great. And it's like every movie he does it, except for a few. And in fact, when he doesn't do it, you're like, oh, I'm a little disappointed. That's kind of a bummer.
Now, are you going to delve into those remakes? Because I know there's like a whole trilogy of Friday the 13th remakes.
I think there's only one.
Oh, is there just one?
Yeah, we watched.
Is that another Rob Zombie joint?
No, Friday the 13th had one remake that I know of. That was the one with the guy from Supernatural.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought there were more. I guess I'm confusing it with the Halloween remakes because there's a lot of those.
Yeah, there was a lot of those. And then they like just at some point decided to just don't worry about the remakes. This is the continuation of the series, and it's like, okay, that's weird. That would be an interesting one to go back and watch. I mean, we watched the original Halloween, which is a pretty fascinating movie. Actually, that's a key movie that they're watching in Scream and going over the tropes of, which is fun. But yeah, like that would be, because I know like one of them, I had my friend's mom, I remember being so into that entire franchise, and bipartisan, I guess he'd watched them all too, probably too young, but whatever. His mom was an alcoholic. But I remember like he was like, yeah, one of them, like, I don't know, at some point the Halloween franchise tried to like spin off and didn't have Michael Myers in it anymore, and it got really weird, and I was like, that'd be fascinating to go watch some of those. But yeah, I'm pretty sure movies in order. Yeah, it's just the one 2009 remake that they made. Okay. Yeah, and like and the remake just like goes over the first three movies like super fast in the first 15 minutes, and then is like, okay, now it's this stuff. Like they even tell like how Jason got his mask and stuff like that within that movie, and I'm like, yeah, like I like the stupid way he gets it in the third movie better, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, no, but now it has to have like meaning behind it. It has to be this whole like thing.
And not really. he just kind of finds it in a barn and is like, oh, this seems better, and just that's what he went with. I don't know.
Yeah, after
killing the local pot dealer, that was what they did. I don't know. The remake wasn't bad, but it wasn't super great either.
Yeah. Have you guys watched Heart Eyes? Because I feel that I watched that before you started on this whole horror kick.
No, I don't think we did.
Y'all should check out Heart Eyes. I really loved that movie this year. It was a lot of fun.
I don't know if Kim might have seen it. I don't know, but
yeah,
I have not seen it. So yeah,
worth checking out. It's another one, because we were talking about. I mean, we've been talked about it like a lot of like slasher flicks, and then the way that Scream kind of subverts those, and Heart Eyes does a good job of like subverting the subversion in a way.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds interesting.
It's a lot of fun, and I really love the main characters, because like their whole thing is that like they're not dating, but the killer is after happy couples.
Okay,
and the killer keeps finding them in situations where it looks like they're like madly in love, and they're like, we're not dating.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's about all I got too.
Yeah, I think that's a show, Justin.
That's a show, Julian.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening. Once again, if the backlog is now clear, so if you have more comments, questions, or concerns, you know where to send them.
Yeah.
Thanks as always to the wonderful Megan McDuffie for our theme song and interstitial tracks. Thanks to friend of the show, John Gholson, for being our announcer and providing us with our logo and artwork. But that is going to do it for this edition of the Stage Select. I've been Julian Titus. He's been Justin Ham. We've been the Stage Select. Signing off.
Uh-huh.
The Stage Select is copyrighted and owned by Space Monkey Mafia Productions, specializing in independent podcasting. Please consider sharing the show with your friends and support us by joining our Patreon or donating to our coffee. Thank you, and good night.